Microphones. Hot. Live scene. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, there we go. Bard's our beautiful screen man right there. That nice white balance happening. Hey, thanks for the follow, Zenith Striker. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm Kyle a la mode. I am the glue that holds this whole streaming thing together for these people. Without me, they wouldn't survive. No, I'm just kidding. Really, it's Trix. Trix is the one that gets all the people. And Codoma. Codoma recently had the creators of Warframe, which he loves to stream, come in and like gift him stuff. So Kodoma's on the up and up right now. He's the one to beat.
Beat him up?
Oh, we're gonna beat him up? I mean, I know I got his address. We can take his knees.
Oh crap! I knew that was gonna bite me in the ass one of these days.
Trix has to go there in a dinosaur outfit.
Oh yeah.
We'll blow one. Trixsaurus Rex, take his knees.
Trixsaurus Rex.
But so,
actually, I think it wouldn't Trixosaurus be the tallest one, so she goes for the head, and everyone else goes for the knees.
Yeah, we give her platform shoes with like the little fake fishies floating around in them. It's great. Anyways, so welcome to the first episode of our once a month D&D campaign. They don't have a crew name yet. Nobody has a name, but we'll go from top to bottom for the webcams. So Bard, introduce us to your character, please.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
My mic's muted already. Hello, I am the TheBusyBard, and I will be playing and reprising Ambrose Simon Starfall, who is a humble human coming from kind of depraved and very questionable life beginnings, and has many aspirations in life, and the biggest one being to sleep with a god and gain eternal life so that he can make sure not to miss out on any future gods that would be worth sleeping with. That is my goal. And yeah.
You ever have those moments where you want to take your headset off and walk away from the table?
What
I
you
feel
doing
like
like
you've had half a dozen of those already.
Yeah.
No, it's been more than that. But yeah, sure.
Look, they look. There's a lot of life advice about sleeping your way to the top.
I mean, yeah, if you got to, you got to. Next up, Trixie.
My turn? Okay.
Yes.
So my name is Amani Alatha. I'm a moon druid from Sasol. I'm traveling because I discovered a big secret about my community that I grew up in, and that this moon god that they worshipped was actually a beholder. So I'm searching for a way to I escaped, and I'm searching for a way to take on that beholder eventually and rescue my community.
Nice. Like it. Search for power. Redemption. Voph.
Hey guys, I am playing. What did I even set this character's name as? Ilthos, I guess. I might end up changing that. But
The unknowable man.
I am a changeling sorcerer. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Baby brain has got me to where I've forgotten half the backstory I had prepared for this guy. But short version is he's from a noble house. He's been ejected from said noble house for whatever reason. And he's now got to go do the thing and find the magical MacGuffin that'll make everything okay. And definitely by the next session, I'll actually remember his overall backstory. But for the time being, we're just going with he doesn't talk about it.
It's a secret. It's a secret.
Yeah, it's a secret. He doesn't talk about it. Like, you know who he's from a noble house, but that's really all you know because he doesn't like talking about his personal life. So that way I don't have to come up with backstory right now.
There you go.
Nice.
We have everybody's favorite metal menace, Codoma.
Yes. So my character's name is Harbinger. He is a Warforged warlock, and his patron definitely renamed him. That was not his initial name, but you can tell that came from his patron. He was a gate warden, a keeper of the portals, the gates between the realms. He's seen many different beings come and go, and he's definitely seen a number of them with more Warforged in tow as servants, and this kind of rubbed him the wrong way, realizing he was also living a life in servitude. So he found a patron who is going to help him acquire the ability to raise and control the dead, so he can show the flesh bags that maybe they are not the ones in control.
Great, you guys are playing with a guy who's going to call you flesh bags the entire time. I love it. 10 out of 10. It's going to be a good game. All right.
All right, listen. If Codoma ever starts a sentence with interjection, I'm getting real scared. And if you don't get that reference, go on to Steam right now, find Knights of the Old Republic, download it, and play it. It's a wonderful RPG. It's also Star Wars, which is a plus for me because I got the.
Well,
Yeah.
Voph,
Anyway.
I'm not gonna lie. I had thought of a backstory that would support his name being Skynet.
Would have been beautiful. But nah, he's on the HK route. It's going to be great. All right. We begin with our humble party on their way to the town of Bypeach, currently riding in a large wooden contraption driven by a goblin who wears a large wizard hat that has rhinestones on it, one big blingy like gem that's kind of like bobbing at the top. And anyways, so I was like, I don't want to do that. And they're like, well, if you do it, we'll give you some money. And I was like, okay. So that's when I ran through the strip club myself naked. And they were all like, oh no, get that little green dude. And I'm like, you can't catch me because I'm green lightning. And he's just going on as there's like little bumps. And for some reason, the contraption you're in seems to be wiggling side to side a little bit. For those of you who appeared in it magically, depending on if you want to have walked through a portal and then just blipped into existence there, or if you got on at a previous stop or commissioned your way onto this vehicle, up to you. Those of you who do know that it is a bus, a barrel unto a snake. It's a large barrel-like contraption strapped to a giant snake. No. He's got the robot voice. Here we go. It's a Voph butt crack. Just chef's kiss. We gotta get him for that when he comes back. Woo! For free, sir? For free?
We don't have to even subscribe to its OnlyFans? Damn.
Jeez. I mean, Markiplier's doing OnlyFans. Why not Voph? Come on now. Tasteful,
sure.
really.
My
Need a
job.
calendar. So, what brings you all to Bypeach? Is it the peaches? It's because there's peaches, isn't it? That's why they say it's Bypeach, got the peach orchard. Whoever made this town wasn't very bright. And he's just kind of looking over his shoulder, and he has like a little wooden wheel thing that it looks like he's trying to drive, but in reality it does nothing because you've seen him pull it off a couple times and polish it and then put it back onto this little thing. It turns, the rod doesn't turn. We're not playing, Dune. Oh no. So, nothing? You're quiet? Okay, we're just waiting until we get there. Is that it?
I mean, you're kind of a... So, I want to hear more about you stripping and going through the strip club. So you really kind of
Of course.
came into the essence of the strip club.
Yes. I mean,
That's what you want to hear about.
do you ever been to a strip club? Strip clubs are fun. How about you shiny boy back there? I see you. People pay good money for that, don't you? Come on, little extendable whops. Yeah, baby. I know what you're talking about.
Guys, this is why I'm not
I think you've
terrified
stunned
with.
him.
I just stare at him.
Hey, look, I've been around the block a time or two. You don't gotta hide other from old folk. Folk knows everything. And then, okay, we're here. And then, the whole thing comes to a stop. And he's like, buddy, could you get that for him? And the little gnome dude looks at him and goes, walks over and, kicks the side of the barrel and it goes, and you have, these little stairs that fold out from the rounded edge of the barrel that lead outside. All right, everybody off.
All right. I'm going to get off the bus. So wait, just real quick. So we're all on this bus, arriving at this town.
Mhm.
Basically.
Yep,
Right.
for whatever reason. He asked why you all came here and everybody didn't. Nobody wanted to tell him. So he's like, okay,
I mean,
none of
a
my
bunch of
business.
I mean, a bunch of people. You got like some druid, some warforged, some random human, and like a changeling all sitting, kind of not knowing each other and not know. Like I don't know. It's kind of rude to be like, I'm gonna go and not talk to you. Goodbye. Because it's like it's just the bus driver asking. And
It's like an Uber driver that doesn't really have boundaries, you know.
yeah, you have a good day, and I'm gonna go walk around town. Do you know where the brothel is?
Oh, there's no brothel here. It's by Beach Town. This is very old.
And this town officially sucks.
There is the Golden Goblet though. You might like that.
What is the golden?
It's an inn kind of taverny thing. It's run by a dwarf. His name's Grimbold Barleybeard.
Grimble Botry.
Yeah, so that might give you a little bit of fun time, a little bit of drinky, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know what you about. I can smell it on you. Got a big
That
old
is the
nose.
single most disgusting thing I've heard all day.
And it's like as we say, in my culture, I'm going to then say, I'm going to say that, and then with the as this is our traditional, phrase that we say to people like you.
Hold
Thank you.
on.
And he waves like his hand with a little magic thing, because he is when wizard clothes, and he touches himself. And he's like,
No, I've
I see. Okay.
as
I agree with the goblin. That wasn't very nice.
He's like, okay, you know what?
and he points at you, and he says something. And Codoma, you know this spell as Hex, and he hexed your charisma. So for the next hour, any charisma checks you make are at disadvantage.
okay.
Love it.
But anybody else who doesn't know that spell Hex has no idea what just happened. You just kind of feel like you're gonna fumble over your words a little bit. So,
Sure.
take your toy.
Okay, I'm gonna walk. Okay. I'm
Full-
gonna
full gives
walk
my
off
previous-
On my way out, I stop at him and
You know what? I think they like you after all. I think they look out for assistant.
Aw.
And he gives you like a thumbs up. What are you doing? Go lay down. I don't want to play with the ball. We got two leaving the bus. We got two still on the bus. You just look at them, just leave. It's the druid and the unknown man. Sorlock, right? Sorlock, sorcerer?
Sorcerer, yeah.
Sorcerer.
Yeah,
you
sorry,
love
I
it.
will have gotten up and gotten off the bus with the rest of them. I'm having to jump up and down a little bit because wife is still getting ready to go, and if baby starts getting fussy, I gotta go calm him down. So
Bards don't have culture. They
All right,
are
please
the
have
culture, says Creepy. Beautiful. So, with that being said, everybody is off. You are in the town center of Bypeach. If you want to, I can read it off to you. You can click the little thing in the middle just to get a brief synopsis of what the place is. It is a lovely little town square. The buildings around you are very old school, wattle and daub, if you know what that is. If you don't, you probably don't want to look it up because it's very questionable what wattle and daub actually is made of. History, yeah. There is a temple that is a lovely stone structure off to the east. And to your west, there is a general store and a known as the sundry store. It has a nice big old sign up top. It looks like a barrel and a sack together. Kind of like, oh, hey, get your basics here. Boop. Then there is the Golden Goblet Inn right next to it with a golden goblet hanging from the sign. It's very nice, metal,
I'll be right
ornate,
back again.
shiny, maybe plated. Around you in the town square right now seems to be like a little farmer's market going on. People are selling vegetables and other things. But there's a lot of peaches. There's all kinds of peach things. There's peach jam. There's peach wine, which to some people it may be brandy. It may be schnapps. There's peach pies. It's very, very peach-oriented town. You get the feeling that the goblin saying that the person who named it Buy Peach wasn't very creative. Well, the people kind of like lean real hard into it. It's the equivalent of like Wisconsin and cheese.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go over to the Golden Goblet Inn based off that recommendation.
Yes.
And
Me too. I would really like to try some of that
One
peach
moment.
wine.
We have to remove this.
and I'm heading over there. I obviously don't need to drink as a Warforged, but you know what? Most likely place to find anyone who can help me increase my skills. So
Nice. I had to remove the squeaker. I'm sorry, but that is not cool. Oh, don't give me that look. Don't do that. I'm not gonna look at you. Boo, Kyle, let him play. I'm sorry, Creepy. There's gonna be a loud squeak, squeak, squeak the entire way through. That's not helpful.
Going to drive me insane.
Yeah. And I mean, we already got him on webcam. What more could you want from Bard right now?
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at that beautiful face. That chiseled man meat right there. Look, he's giving us the blue steel right now.
Maybe don't describe me as man meat. I don't.
I mean, you already have somebody who's gonna call you a meat sack, so.
But that's different.
Yeah.
meat sack, whatever.
What about
I mean,
these,
don't you
Bard?
have thigh pillows? Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go.
What about
I
these?
do.
Look at those.
Probably that's not man meat.
So as you all
Yes.
start heading to the Golden Goblet Inn, you do see on the side there is like a little cork board with like different job postings, random things. Woman lost her cat. Another one shows like, hey, we need more hands to pick peaches. One says exclusive job for thrilled adventurers at the what did I call it again? The Fabled Fungus, which is an apothecary store, and it like has like a little drawn map of the town pointing to the Fabled Fungus. There's some other ones looking for basic farm hands,
Yeah, no.
but
I'm gonna go and look at that.
Which
and then the list of things, and I want to look for something that's not farm work or bullshit.
Oh, that would be the Fabled Fungus, the only thing not really talking about farm work right now.
Yeah.
You gotta-
What did
yeah.
that say again?
They're
Fabled
seeking adventurers for an exciting opportunity.
Oh,
See Ace Fungus Finder at the Fabled Fungus, and then it has a little map.
I'm going to look at that and then kind of like look around and be like,
It is
Is
offering a 50 gold per person on top of whatever you find you can keep.
"Oh, that's terrifying." 50 gold is a lot. Okay. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna be like, looking for a party to make 50 gold a person.
Yeah, you had a couple
That's terrifying, but you have my attention.
commenters come up and go, well, what are you doing? We gotta like,
What is your occupation?
Well, I'm Tom. I'm the town crier.
I don't think you would be suited for this. But you sound like an excellent crier, though. Could you help me finding some adventurers or people? Like, do you use combat? Like, do you have weapons that you use?
I have this, and he holds up a bell.
I feel like when I'm looking more, I'm going to reach over and pull out my rapier. Something of this variety for this. But then I'm going to be like...
Well, that guy said he was interested, and he points to Ilthos, who's like standing no more than a few feet away from you, who said he was interested.
And for the record, I've seen enough Dark Souls to know where this dude wielding a bell is going.
Yeah.
Hilarious and terrifying places.
Hello, good sir. What are you? Would you like to go make 50 gold? Because I would like to make 50 gold. That's why I came here, was to make money and to ascend to godhood so I could ascend godhood, if you know what I mean.
Guys.
Is there anybody else? Also, all these people who were dealing with the very noisy, nosy goblin.
Oh, you mean Fogg, the bus driver?
Yeah,
I gotta go help the wife load up the car.
Does he
So
normally
just
ask-
assume I'm down for whatever until I get back.
Does he
Okay.
normally ask everybody who
As determined
looks
by
like they
Codoma,
have
nobody else.
their like very personal lives and personal backstories and things that they don't necessarily just want to talk about? Does he normally ask pretty invasive questions?
Oh yeah, that's Folk. That's Folk every day of the week. Of course, he's probably on drugs. That's Folk.
That would make sense.
There's Pixie Dust. There's Vamp. There's a couple other things he does that I don't know about that are. They come from other planes of existence. He was a mage, and then he got bored with doing the magic stuff, so now he drives a bus.
I see. Well, he kind of cast magic on me, and I don't know why. It was weird. He cast
Did you
magic
say something
on me.
mean to him? You don't say nothing mean to folk. That's bad.
I'm going to speak in Celestial and say no, but it's in Celestial, so it sounds like shiny bells, right? Like Celestial sounds amazing if you don't know Celestial.
And he's because it's a harmonic musical kind of tonal thing. And he's like, I don't know what any of that is, but it sounds like you need to go to. So there's a temple over there, right? She would love to talk to you.
I'm sure she would, and I gave him a traditional. Like we
I mean,
greet
I can
people.
go get Alara if you want. Lady Alara, like she knows all this stuff.
Well, we normally say, and I'm going to say, "What's up, fuckers?" Celestial. That's how we greet, and then we say,
you too.
Yeah, and then we say, so and then I'm going to say, "So long, noisy little fucker." So again, that's the traditional greeting, and like kind of like goodbye as well in my culture. But apparently he didn't like it. Apparently he's against tradition. But the drugs make sense. Okay, anybody else would have joined this party? We have this. It's me and him and anybody else.
I'm afraid to ask, what is this venture that you're seeking companions for?
So I'm gonna pull the thing off the board and show it and be like, look, it's 50 gold, which means it's gonna be a pain and suffering probably. But if we get enough talented people, you seem pretty talented. I think we can probably do it. But 50 gold, that's a lot of gold. Do you have 50 gold? I don't.
And somebody comes up and they're like, oh, you want 50 gold? I'll pay. Look, if you want to sell that, and they point to Kodoma's Warforged character, because the General Warforged are not sentient, as we've established for Kodoma's backstory. They're mostly pre-programmed robotic people, and Codoma has gained sentience through his previous job dealing with dimensional gates. Like I can scrounge up 50 gold for that. Like, what's
I'm gonna look at him and be like, "How dare you?" My friend. I'm gonna go over to Codoma and be like, "My friend, you are insulting my friend. Please leave."
Are you one of them the robosexuals?
I'm everything sexual.
Okay, well,
actually, can you turn around a little bit for me?
No. He starts back. He puts his hand as this bumpkin dude. Farmer's hat and everything. I would have got to go get another farmhand, but you know what? I ain't gonna touch it.
Your thighs are looking really nice. Come here.
And he
that's going on. I don't know that my face is really capable of scowling, but I also slightly remove my cloak to show the mace dangling at my belt, so this bumpkin can see that I did not take kindly to his offer.
You have quite a few weapons on you, by the way, based on what you get.
Yeah, I see that, but mostly I'm just displaying the mace for now.
He's just like, nope, don't want it, don't need none of it, and he just slips back into the crowd. Look at that peach cobbler over there. I'm gonna go.
You go get that peach cobbler. And I'm gonna turn over to Codoma. Be like, sorry.
Why do I get the feeling that I came back in the middle of us threatening people over a discount for peach cobbler? Don't ask me why that's the first place my mind goes.
No, they were insulting the Warforged. And as a bard. As a bard who wants to chase down every tale in the known universe and other planes of existence, everyone is sentient and has their own rights and consent that they will eventually give to me. Now,
oh no,
that's not creepy at all.
I'm sorry, but the 10 no's and a yes thing might be a little too far for the stream, Bard.
No.
Hey, congratulations, creepy old man. You are no longer the creepiest person in this Twitch stream.
No is no.
But
also insulting people is unacceptable.
to catch you up to speed, Voff. So in this world, based on the backstory we worked with Codoma or his character, Warforged are generally pre-programmed, like more or less basic AI to do tasks robotically. You know, magical AI. Where his previous job, he was inundated with magical essences from other planes of existence, which caused a hiccup in his AI, and he gained full sentience. So somebody just tried to buy him. Because, like, Bard's like, hey, who wants to make 50 gold? And he's like, well, I'll give you 50 gold for that over there if that's yours. And then insinuated that Bard was a robosexual. So...
And then I decided that I was a farmer sexual, and that made him run away.
Yeah, he's a bumpkin. He ain't about that. You ain't his wife. You don't know what they do.
Oh, I could find out what they do.
Oh no, let's not. I don't want to fade to black this early in the game.
Fade to black.
Session 1. Can we just get through session 1 before the bards start sleeping with everything?
I'm trying to make a party, Voff.
So Voff's interested. We have the Warforged interested. Oh.
Anybody else?
Well, after spending all of my gold on the peach wine and then giving the rest of it to a beggar, I'm all out. So I'm in.
Oh, okay.
She has a bottle of peach wine with her. She's holding it.
Mm-hmm. Delicious.
She knows
Like
really.
a penny.
Are we sure it's a good idea to take somebody that's actively drinking with us? How many bottles can you drink before you start losing?
If you're not drinking
ability
and
to-
adventuring, you're not doing it right. Okay,
I'm
so
better with a couple of drinks in me, to be honest.
I'm going to introduce myself. Hello, I am Ambrose Simon Starfall, and I'm going to pull out my rapier, and I'm like, I'm proficient with this, and also, as you can see, with my mouth in more ways than one. And you know that
I didn't need to
general.
know that.
I'm a
Thank you.
bard,
Gosh.
and I can play this. I pull out a loop. And it's not well played. It's like I technically know the instrument, and it's like it's good, but it's like I have no musicality ability. Like I can play it and it sounds okay, but it's like the same 5 chords you hear in every tavern.
I left home to get away from these
And this is
people.
why I thought.
I have
So
dulcimer. Maybe we should, jam out.
sure, sometime.
I play. I'm not proficient, so I must hide it.
I'm gonna put it back
Play
down.
very loudly.
I'm gonna be like, I have a variety of, I could have spells. I do prestidigitation, and I
That's
like
that hex
clean myself
working
up.
right there. Can't remember the word.
I'm gonna clean myself up, and then I'm gonna cast it on you guys, and all of your like dust and stuff from the travels go away. And I'm like, I can make people, I can charm people, I can make them go to sleep, I can heal them, I can detect magic. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm kind of new to this whole adventuring thing, and I'm kind of ready to get out there in the world. So what about you guys? What do you do? What are your skills? Who are you?
You hear in the
I just
distance
kinda-
a little banjo from Deliverance playing. Thank you, Zenith. And
Make the snake bus go faster. I can hear banjo music.
for the anybody who has above a 10 perception passively, you can hear like over the murmur and stuff of the crowd around you, just like the hammer of like something hard on metal, just ding, ding, ding to the south.
Well, to answer the bard's question, I just kind of look at my walking stick that I've got and say, well, I have a stick. It's got a pointy thing at the end of it. And I poke people with it. That's what I do.
Do you not know the word for a spear?
No, I'm just being a smartass.
I used to go to gate for nameless, faceless beings and served at their behest, and I decided to find my own way.
You got a pretty impressive mace there that you were flashing at that guy who was being an asshole. You know how to use that?
It's
That's
used
too
once or
easy.
twice.
Espresso says
Perfect.
to poke everyone with your stick, Voff.
And then you did very. You. I'm gonna point. Also, by the way, what are your names? Hello. I'm Ambrose. You said you have a spear with a stick. Should I call you spear stick guy?
Creepy is asking if possible to use a little less distortion Codoma on your settings. Do you have that option?
I can probably play with that, but right now I can't hear it as I adjust it. So let me see.
Just from the viewer standpoint, he is requesting a tiny bit less.
I was having trouble understanding, but I wasn't sure if that was just me.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to squint to hear it, but I was able to
Squint.
make it out.
I was going to hear. I mean, I
Gotta
did the
squint to hear
exact
it.
same thing, though. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, you know,
I'm
you got to turn the music down so you can see. I got to squint so I can hear
exactly.
better. Anyway,
Yeah.
what you got, Codoma? I
I
could
should have
hear that, but it was quiet.
with like a little animal friend or something, and then I could just use Gatsby. I'm really disappointed in my choices now.
You can always get an animal friend.
Gatsby looked at you
I'll
like,
buy
yes,
one.
I'm very disappointed in you right now too. I could
I
be in this
know.
game, but no.
Maybe we'll
Mom.
stop with the distortion for this session, and then just I'll try to
we'll refine it
work on
between
more for the
sessions.
next
yeah, it
one.
gives you a whole month to work on it. Makes sense.
That
Yeah,
works.
exactly. That works. So
I'll imagine the distortion. I'll see ones and
imagine the
zeros when you
robotic
talk.
distortion. Yes, yes. Everything's in binary.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But anyway, back to the question
Yes,
at hand.
back to the introductions.
For now, you can call me Ilthos.
Ilthos.
Sharp stick, spear, guy, whatever you just tried to call me just now. That's way too many words to refer to one person.
I agree. So I'm Ambrose Ilthos. I'm going to point over to the other people. You are?
I am Harbinger.
Harbinger. Ooh, nice name. And you?
I'm M. From Sossel.
Just
M?
really
yeah.
quick,
Call me M.
if
I am.
Codoma ever says assuming direct control, I'm fucking running. Just so we're clear.
All right. So I'm gonna take I'm gonna take the piece of paper off the notification board. I was like, I'm going to take this because we're going to do this. I have a perception of 14. I'm like, I heard hammering. Do we need to go get some better weapons, some armor, something like that before we stroll over, or do we want to go over to the Fabled Fungus? Because I don't know how fast this starts when we walk in the door at the Fabled Fungus.
I'm all out. So somebody will have to spot me if we're going to go get some weapons.
I kind of look down at my clothes, which again you can. I'm from a noble family. You can tell that. My clothes are kind of dingy. I've been on the road for a while. You can tell by looking at me, but they're still just nice clothes. There's not a whole lot of protection going on there, but I just kind of looked at them and say, maybe something a little better than this, or at least something not as flashy as this might not be a bad idea. Now that you mention it.
Although yeah, we should go see this. I hear a smithy. Although maybe we should go to the Fabled Fungus first and find out what the job is before we go buy a bunch of stuff for the job that we don't know what it is.
Also, might be a good idea.
Now the bard speaks some sense. Let's see what the requirements are before we spend our money.
Sure.
Makes sense.
So to the Fabled Fungus, crew. What are we calling ourselves? By the way, just so when I'm talking with them and I want, so when we walk in there, we've been together. We're a coordinated team. We know each other. We've been, this is the plan, right? We're going to tell these people
Since
that
we've
they
decided we're working together, you should probably know something, Bard.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You should not be the one talking for the time being. Your friend on the bus did not do you any favors when he cast that spell.
Oh, good. All I said was my traditional goodbye to somebody.
Well, hey, you know what?
Did you
us
say that in
all a favor.
Celestial?
Just
I did.
do us all a
Okay.
favor. Stop saying that as a traditional goodbye.
Don't
Hear
you
me out
know
on this
Celestial
one. Just
Codoma?
maybe let's give that a rest.
We hadn't put that in there, but I do have those. I've got. I'm going to be taking for Warlock. Would Infernal or Abyss will be better? I've got two choices that we hadn't finished.
So
up.
those
But
two
Celestial's
of your
a good one.
choice would be from your Gate Warden thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm like Celestial probably makes sense, and then I don't know if I want Abyssal or Infernal as a Warlock.
Infernal is like talking to demons and stuff, and then Abyssal is I can't remember Abyssal.
I have deep speech.
Yeah, let's go with Infernal then. Demons make sense.
Boom. All right, now you should have those options.
Sweet.
So yeah, like click where it says say or whatever. Right above that, you have like a little chat bubble. You can click that and then pick one.
Click that and choose one of my. Yep.
Oh, you're gonna say good idea.
You can see that on the stream.
Yeah.
I'm a
Tricks over here like, haha, nobody knows what I'm saying. Boobies.
Nice.
you're gonna say good idea back to me, and I'm gonna be like,
my traditional whatever. Shit. Oh, you speak Celestial.
and be like, oh, you also speak Celestial. Be like,
Don't we?
Okay, good. So we all have Celestial that we can use to communicate with each other secretly. So long as there are no angels around, we're good.
wait, so we all speak Celestial?
Apparently.
I'm gonna turn around and we are. Oh, right. That's amazing, actually.
All right, hey, you know what? Hey, listen.
Did we coordinate this? No.
All right, hey, buddy, Ambrose. I get that you run headfirst into everything, but we don't need to put a label on this right now. Okay, we're barely even dating. Let's calm our jets.
No.
Let's see how this goes. And all right, no, hold on. If this works out well enough, then we could decide what we are. But until then, I think we're rushing into this just a little too quickly.
I don't care about the name. What I'm saying is, when we introduce ourselves to this, I'm gonna hold up the flyer. Like, when we introduce ourselves, how would you feel if somebody wants your job that you're gonna pay 50 gold? I'm gonna count like 200 gold to the randoms who met on the street. That's a great name for a team. I'm saying what we should do is introduce ourselves as we know what the fuck we're doing. We're not just a bunch of randoms who met out in front of going over to this inn. So,
But once you understand, I'm gonna laugh if we do this, and the dude's just like standing right over there and heard this whole conversation. But you do have an excellent point.
hey man,
And now I've given Kyle the idea.
No, I'm not doing that.
I'm going to switch to Celestial. I'd be like, but the question is, does he speak Celestial? That's the biggest question. So since we all speak Celestial, I could just say we're now speaking in Celestial. We don't even have to type it out anymore. Exactly. That's great.
True. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, and I'm going to switch. Like we're since we all speak Celestial, that actually makes it sound like we're part of a group. So we're just the speakers. That's the name of our group for now. Just a placeholder name, just so we don't seem like randoms.
I was thinking like the Devas, and then when the time comes, you're the Divas. But
I like that.
Anyway,
I'm just saying, let's call ourselves the speakers until further notice, just so we don't seem like randoms that met on the street. So people will give us their gold.
And if they ask any further questions, do we want a quick story of something we've done together?
Well, we learned languages together.
I guess
we mainly did
security. It would help that we all have a language we share.
We're a traveling band. My dulcimer.
You know what, guys? I think our life story costs extra.
Lead singer, backup singer.
Yeah,
I like that.
True.
All right.
True. And we're like
in a family band.
No, I don't think a band is something. Most applications of 50 gold a person do not require a band. That would be one hell of a concert.
I like Ilthos's idea. Our backstory costs extra.
We
And by the way, I think
are
a very
musicians during the day and assassins at night.
I would not say
All right,
assassins.
listen, we're overthinking this. Backstory costs extra.
Mhm.
Let's
Backstory costs extra. But what if they pay?
And so as you guys are talking, I'm just
I'll
gonna
think of
start
something.
moving you guys along.
Yes.
This
And
conversation
Ilthos should be the one who's talking again.
Yeah, so this
Ambrose,
conversation is
you
kind of taking
are-
place in Celestial as you're making your way to the fabled fungus, which is the southernmost blip. I'm gonna read it off for everybody at home watching. For you guys, you can read it off along with me, or you can just take it at face value. So the houses on either side are they're normal, they're nice. Some of them are a little bit larger, still wattle and daub, nothing too fancy here. The fanciest thing you've seen so far is the temple itself. And you come to the back corner, and it's like they tucked this thing away because it was a little bit of an eyesore. It's kind of fallen down a little bit. It's got like moss growing on the side, plants, and it just says in a wooden plaque stuck above the doorway, and it's just kind of roughly etched in, the fabled fungus. And whether it was intended as such, or if there was just something that happened at random, there is like a clump of moss is like stuck to the side of the S on fungus at the end. There's like
Before we enter or
windows.
knock it or anything, I say to the group in Celestial, we should obtain verification of the funds. If they have 200 gold, why does the building look like this?
Probably because he's spending it on people like us.
Yeah. I mean, if we walk in there and there's potions everywhere, that I think they probably have the money. If they have potions, would be my assumption.
All right.
I don't know if you guys have tried to buy potions. They're expensive as shit.
Depends on the type of potion you're trying to buy.
Yeah, the enlargement ones are really expensive.
And as you
Why
guys are
would
talking,
somebody list a reward if they didn't have the funds to cover it? I'm sure they're good for it.
Well, yeah, but they may have also only been planning on like one or two people taking on the job. But
Oh, that's
don't
true.
worry about it. We'll
and
sort this out when we
as
get
the
there.
group is talking out there, somebody, like, the door opens up, and it's kind of like an old rough wooden door. It's got like the one crossbeam going like from corner to corner to keep it stabilized. A woman comes out with a couple glass bottles, and she's like, "Thanks again, Ace. Hopefully this gets rid of my son's cold for good this time." And she goes like, oh, excuse me. And she like kind of skirts around the group at large, and then she just goes walking off to an alley behind you. And the door just slowly swings closed of its own accord.
I'm gonna walk up to the door and like hold it, like kind of pull it open and hold it open for everyone.
And as you walk up to the door, you get like your face is hit with like a musty medicinal kind of like just poof. You ever been through like an Oriental shop that does like all the medicinal teas and stuff? That kind of smell.
Yep.
Mixed with like a pet store.
Nice.
Well, there's the fungus part of the name.
Yeah. After you all.
All right, I'll walk on in.
Through.
Just
Creepy. So it's
I'll
like,
walk on in, take a glance around, see what all's. Just kind of take stock of the store.
So the inside of the shop is dimly lit and filled with the musty smell of dried herbs and spices. The walls are lined with shelves stocked with all manner of strange and unusual fungi, ranging from brightly colored mushrooms to spiky black truffles. In the back of the shop, there is a large counter where the owner, a reclusive old gnome, can be found mixing and brewing potions and elixirs. Behind the counter, there's a small workshop where the gnome can be found experimenting with new recipes and formulae. The shop is cluttered and disorganized with pots and pans, beakers, and other alchemical equipment scattered about haphazardly. But despite the chaos, however, the shop is known for its high-quality potions and elixirs, and adventurers and locals alike come from far and wide to purchase the gnome's wares.
And I'm gonna poke the changeling, like I'm like magically.
Yeah, don't worry, I got this. I'm gonna
You're up.
hold my hand out like hold my hand out to the bard and kind of do like the little finger twitch, like, hey, give me the wanted poster.
In
Here,
the
I'll
gnome,
give it to him.
Ace, as he is, he's a thin, wiry gnome with a wild mane of white hair and a thick, bushy beard. He has piercing blue eyes. He's impeccably dressed in a pristine white lab coat and a thick pair of horn-rimmed glasses. And he's just working away in the back here, like the clanking and cluttering, like a little bit of bubbling from a what's it called, a Bunsen burner in the back. He's like,
If you've come for some potions, you're gonna have to wait a little while. I've got some, but they're back stock. It's a lot right now. There's only one of me, and the damn person just it's hard to find good help.
and he never turns around. He's just like babbling to himself. You see him like got a pestle and more. He starts grinding.
I'm gonna say hello, good sir, in Celestial, real quick. I'm gonna wink at.
I'm not paying for any special singing or bands, okay? If you want that kind of stuff, you're gonna have to go to Grimbold's place. He's always drunk, he loves fun, he loves music. I have work to do, and if you make that noise, it's gonna fall. Like a souffle, it'll fall. And he's like, do I know how to make souffles? I do not know how to make souffles.
And he just goes back to grinding on the thing.
I say in common tongue, well, I have wonderful news for you, sir. We are actually
when you say you have wonderful news for you, sir, he's like, my ex-wife finally fell off her boat. And he like turns around and looks at you, and he's like standing on a stool to like be up above the countertops.
No, but I'm sure that could be arranged, or maybe, and then I'll like just hold out the poster and say, "Is that what you posted this for?" Either way,
no. That was a different thing. I need that. Okay, well, technically, if I have that, I can fund that, but I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I could do that.
Okay, well, how about my group and I want to use the word band, but you said no band, so I'm not going to use that word. But we were passing through the area, saw that.
Okay, well, I understand how the common vernacular works. I know the difference between a band of music and then a band of adventurers. But there is,
Right,
he's
fair
like,
enough.
1, 2, 3. He's like, all 4 of you together?
Yes, we are.
Oh yes.
Yes, yeah. These
To friends, best buddies.
And he's like,
well,
Known each other for years, so you don't need to ask any more questions.
sure.
And then I'm going to
I
say,
gently push her bottle of the peach wine out of sight while she's
You
speaking.
want some? Here, I'll pour you some.
I'm gonna say in Celestial, guys, everyone say we're the speakers in Celestial at the same time.
No,
3,
no,
2, 1.
I just hold up a finger and say, I've been on the road for some time. These are the I hesitate to use the word staff because it gives the
Staff.
wrong impression, but I mean it gets the idea across well enough. I mean they're almost family at this point. They've been in my service for so long, but they are with me on the road to wherever we may be heading. And like we said, we saw the note, and
All right.
so there
So,
might be a fun
I don't know if my
distraction.
face can contort in this way or not, but I definitely glare at him for referring to me as staff or servant.
so,
came for riches, found plots, says creepy.
Exactly.
So, what I need done? Okay, so first of all, I didn't expect 4 of you. I maybe like 2 or 3 at best, money wise. But I guess I could probably scrounge it up, or we could work a deal. So I need someone who's willing to go on a little adventure. It's not far. It's here in Bypeach. Well, here, relatively speaking, if that makes sense to you. I need a
How relative?
well, you're gonna be
Doesn't
under.
matter. Continue on.
You'll be under.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Sewer or crypt?
ooh, crypt. So,
Okay, good.
so it's supposed to be a crypt. That's what it says.
And he like pulls out like a
Come
little
as close to perking up as a Warforged can.
he pulls out like a little like scroll map thing that's not the best drawing out, and he just kind of lays it down and smooths it out. And he takes a beaker and puts it on one end, takes another pestle and mortar, not mestle and porter, that has
Are you sure you weren't hexed?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the DM. I'm always Hex. I'm cursed to work with you guys. I'm sorry.
Ooh, shots
Anyway,
fired. Shots fired.
He puts the pestle mortar on the other side. I mean, look, I got Bart on webcam. I'm winning right now, regardless.
It's true.
Where do I keep my nuclear pestles? I do not know, Crom. Just to hold it open. And he's like,
And that's the problem right there.
It's like, okay, so before this place was by Beach Town, it was supposedly a large cemetery, and that's why the peaches grow so well here, is because all the dead people rotted away and like made a lot of fertile ground. But we're not going to go into that. However, there's a main crypt part where all the more fancy people were buried. But if you have to go to Bone Heath right outside, that's where the cemetery is. I know the people who named this place weren't that bright. I have problems with it too. But there should be an entrance in one of those crypts there. It's supposed to be like right here. He like marks it on the map for you. But I can't go there. I mean, I could go there, but I am too old for this. Even by gnome standards. And he like fluffs up his hair, and he's seen better days. There's supposed to be so it was not only a crypt, but the person was an alchemical genius, right? And I need some of the violet fungus that he had. Because if I have that, I can make some amazing potions. And then I can cultivate it and make more of it. And then I have a very, very rare fungus that allows me to make like, well, like high-end healing potions. And it's an ingredient for a levitation potion as well that I wanted to try out, but I could never find the right stuff. I was like, a violet fungus? Well, I had to translate it from another person, but so it translated to like red purple. And I don't know what red purple is. But then I got somebody who actually understood what the language was, and it came to violet fungus. And then I had to research that. So the one problem is violet fungus can take on a life of its own, supposedly. But that's no problem. It's a fungus. How bad could it be, right?
I mean, you say that. I'd
So-
rather we not tempt the fates, but
Hold
I
on.
mean,
Is
that
it
aside.
like it takes on its own life, or it takes on the life of like it inhabits like skeletons or other dead bodies that it then?
It just says it takes on a life of its own. I don't know.
Okay.
I had to translate to get this stuff. What do you think? I know.
Yeah, that
Well,
translation somewhere.
listen, there's only one way to find out. So,
Do you have
sounds
a
like a
copy
plan.
of the translation?
Yeah, it's what I scribbled down right here.
And he points to the next, like the notes in the margin of the map about violet fungus. Like it's just kind of like you go to a library and you're trying to take notes, but you can't take the book. It's what he did. He kind of like scribbled it all down as he was translating.
Okay. Is there anything that I can see that is worth copying?
Define worth copying to you, because that's a objective.
Anything that wasn't mentioned already? by
Yeah, I've
maybe?
written down what he's mentioned so far. I'm like taking notes.
Not really, besides that there is mention of possible constructs in the crypt ?
Okay, I'll write that down. Then I'll just not say anything right now.
But he's really intent on the fungus, and he's like talking about the different potions and stuff that he can make with it, and how much more money is gonna.
Oh, and like so are you guys interested in the job? So it's
Yes,
50 gold
I
a
think
pop,
we are.
but like that's 200 gold right now. I thought like maybe 2 or 3 people. I didn't know 4.
How about this?
And you can keep anything you find in the crypt. Like it's like nobody uses it. It's not like anybody's family. I mean, they might have like extended family, but nobody really visits.
Right. But okay, so hear me out on this. You say that you can use this fungus to make some knock your socks off
Yes.
healing potions and such. Would it be possible for us to negotiate? We can take a reduced gold amount in exchange for a couple of these potions. We all come out on top. We're going to need potions eventually. Who knows? We might need them.
Oh well, you're gonna have them right now. I mean, I wasn't gonna send you in there without anything.
Oh,
And he like starts. He's like, hold on. And so what he does is, let me see. I think I can do the. Like I didn't do.
Well,
it was like there's an
I was
inventory button.
specifically talking about like with these
No,
like
yeah, what
super
potions does
potions
he
he's
wanna
going to be
give
able to
us?
make with the fungus we're bringing back. Why not like we get one of those, and he only has to pay us like 100 gold some odd that we split up,
What
between
about
the party and
what
then a
about
couple of these
discounts at his
potions.
shops? I'm going to send Celestial to
Oh,
Milthos.
that would also work. Maybe a special,
A patron discount.
yeah, patron discount. That's a great way of putting it.
So are you still talking in Celestial about this back and forth, or are you finally asking?
As he says it, yeah, I put it in common. Hey, how about you only pay us, however much gold you had you're planning on paying. We can split that 4
100.
ways, and then with these new potions you're going to make with the fungus you're having us go in after, we can get a couple of those to offset the rest of the gold that you may not be able to afford to give us, so that way we're not taking you for every penny you're worth. Or if that doesn't work, perhaps a patron discount for having done such a great service for you and your establishment.
Okay, so you're gonna have to like narrow it down. You're giving me a lot of ands ors, if that makes sense. So like, would you like a potion and reduced by, because the potions are gonna be pretty wild. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like the list of them, and he like pulls out. He goes, hold on, I'm gonna show you. And he gets down off his stool, and then like you can't see him anymore. He's below the counter, and you hear like some shuffling and like a door open, like a little, and he comes back up and he's like, okay. And then you see like the tip of a book go up over the counter, and then all of a sudden, and it's thick. It is thick, and he gets back up. He's like, okay.
How many C's?
Like 3. Like you ever seen like the Harry Potter books? Now put 2 of those together.
Okay.
He's like, okay. So it starts here, and he like flips to the book, and he's like, and then it's like, and he like pulls out like that many different pages like from the book itself. All of these used to buy the fungus. That's the only thing I can't get. I can get the other rare ones. I have those growing right there. Like I have the truffles, and I have those mushrooms. I have the bloodworts.
Okay. So how about this?
Yes.
On our return,
Mhm.
you can pay us either in gold or in a potion worth about 50 gold, maybe a little more, as selected from this tome you just set in front of us at the discretion of the adventuring party. What do you say?
Well, that depends on the potion. Because, like, some of the potions, they sound like they're amazing. Like this one, and he, like, points to, he's like, this one is a potion of unerring luck. It apparently makes you, like, extremely lucky for 24 hours. But, of course, then again, luck is, I don't really know how to quantify.
Here's, all right, just hear me out on this. Hear me out on this. It is your ad says 50 gold per adventurer in the party.
Yes.
So I will let each one of myself and each one of our companions, when we return, if successful, we can either take the 50 gold, or we can take a potion that you would value at 50 gold, or if it's less, supplement. Either way, combine gold and potion to get to.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay.
Because he was saying like for everybody you all take reduced, and then he can give you like one potion, because they're like, since it's a super rare item, these potions are going to be worth a good chunk. But since you'd like to do a potion per person or gold.
Okay, here we go.
Do this.
Damn.
All right,
That's
all right. Look. I'll do 50-50 with it. 2 of you get gold. 2 of you get potions. You decide who, if you want to do it that way.
That'll work.
Then he puts his little hand out.
Shake on it.
All right, grab his hand, shake it.
His hand is very strong and unusually coarse for a gnome. But then again, he's like, okay, so here you go, and he hands you like the little map. He's like, this should do you good. This is like what the crypt used to look like, or is supposed to look like. And yeah, you just gotta figure out where it's at in Boneheath, or you could probably go ask Alara. Alara might know. She's been around for forever. She runs the temple. She's like elf, half elf. I know she has pointy ears. I don't see anybody. I don't like going out and dealing with people, especially today.
the market's out today. Ugh.
I kind of like mentally, think through the layout of the town, like kind of wiggle my finger as I'm walking myself through. And I think we actually walked past the temple to get there, so maybe we will swing in and speak with her. But thank you so much for that.
What?
Hopefully
wait,
we will
wait,
return.
before you go.
Well, you said you were going to give us
Yes,
potions
before
to
you go.
on
I
this.
didn't forget. And then I should be able to do this. Sharing, share
You didn't
record.
forget.
Did you guys get that?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So there are 8 potions of healing. Split it between you guys however you would like. You should just be able to click and drag the dot and then adjust the number. So like drop it into your inventory tab. So you can decide who get if you want to have one person hold all of them, one person hold the majority. You want to divide it up 2 for each.
I think 2 for each is probably the best way to go.
Yeah, I'm just going to grab them and give 2 each
Yeah.
to everybody.
Because my
Safest way to
success
go.
is determined on your success. And I can move out of this little podunk town.
Okay, so how do we do this? Do I have to adjust the number and then drag it over? Or
Drag the red dot over into your inventory. And it should
And then adjust the number.
Yeah, and it should like give you 1 and then you can click the number next to it. Oh, because it did
It actually
8 all
gave
at
me
once.
8, and then I had to adjust it down.
Yeah, left side, Voff. Left side is number, right side is weight.
Oh, gotcha. So that's 0.25.
It was 0.5.
Items?
Oh, it was 0.5?
No,
Okay.
Inventory. It's a tab on the
I
sheet.
don't see anything like that.
So if you look at your sheet,
On the character sheet?
yep, character sheet,
Yeah.
you have abilities and then inventory, click that. And then you would click and drag the red dot over. I've never used the parcel function that much, so...
Oh, did you
Can I
update your
not?
Did you update your Fantasy Grounds?
What do you mean?
There's like a button you have to press to
I will do
update
it for you, Trix. I got you.
What button? Okay.
Boom. 2 potions of healing right there.
Okay. I'd like to figure this out because I'm sure I'll have the same problem in the future.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
like, there's no inventory on my character sheet.
So
Yeah,
if you look at it,
my-
it's...
It's
My
the
tabs
exact
didn't
middle
have it.
tab.
My tabs didn't have names on them until I updated.
Yeah, that might be it then.
That's
So
the
how do I
one
update it?
thing that tricks to update it. Just close the whole thing down and then start it back up. And when you go to select a server, there will be an option on the left hand side. I think it
Yeah,
is that
bottom
says check
left.
for updates.
Bottom
That's
left.
the one
Mhm.
thing that Fantasy Grounds could have that would make it a little better is if it automatically checked for updates every time you start it. But
It it does check but doesn't automatically do them. If the check for updates is red, then it says there's an update. If it's just blank, there's nothing.
gotcha.
Yep, mine was red.
Yep, that means there's an update available
I
for you.
basically just check for updates every time I launch this thing because they release them so often.
Yeah, it's because every time they do a new module, they have to update the system.
Yeah.
But with that said, you do make your way out and through the town. There's people bustling back and forth. You still hear the ding of the hammer on anvil metal. And then,
Yeah.
like, some
All
more
right. So first off,
final,
I
like,
think
ding, 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 as like you hear like very precision work happening.
Well, okay, so as soon as we step out and the door closes behind us, I turn to Harbinger and say, listen, I'm sorry. Trust me, I do not mean it. I'm sure that referring to you as a lesser being is somewhat offensive. Didn't mean it. I was just coming up with a cover on the fly. Like finger guns, and I turned. All right, let's go fly.
I understand. Yeah.
Let's go find that blacksmith.
Let's find a new description.
I just kind of
Next
hold my finger up over my shoulder, like, yeah, that. I'm just
Yeah,
working off the
that.
top of my head with what we had.
Cool. All right, let's
because
go get.
hey, Noble and his adventuring entourage, it makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Not a whole lot of people going to question that one.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He wants to be the big man on campus.
I don't know about all
He's
that.
the noble.
I was just told to do the
Yeah.
talking, so I did the talking. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
I
All
suppose
right.
that is
Let's
my
go.
fault.
Someone
We'll let
did
it pass
the
this
talking.
time.
I don't remember that.
So
Remember that conversation. I think it was self-inflicted.
So let's go find a shop or something.
he did say
I
that
think
Ilara would have probably have information on how to get to the crypt. She's been around for forever.
She's of elven
Okay.
descent.
So
Do we
first
want
off-
to stop at the smithy first, now that
Yes,
we
I
have
was-
an idea of what the requirement is?
I was
Also,
going to say first, let's hit the blacksmith because I think we'll pass that on the way to the temple.
So DM, how long has it been in game?
So it's coming up on the end of your stuff. So by the time you get to the blacksmith or your next location, you will be able to have your full charisma back for persuasion.
Neat.
Okay. I just figured just not have you do the negotiating off the bat would probably be safe for me. And you just gave me the best line. I want more money.
Honestly, you're lucky I didn't try to do the negotiating because I've got a good roll there.
Yeah, you do. You do. I helped you with your sheet. I know.
I know.
Where's the map
Oh, so
Like,
I
how
need
did I
to.
pull all that again?
I'll right click. I will share the record again for you, just to make it a little bit quicker.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so
Normally,
by
if
the
you
way-
close the map, I've set it up a little bit more organized this time. So you'd click on images on the right hand side. Then
Oh, okay.
so I've set it up as like. So this one is in the stream. Just overall, this is per in Harley is the like region is what it's called. So you have like the town in the region. So this region is per in Harley. And then when we get into the smaller stuff, there is stream/ByPeach, which has like the smaller maps for the world in there. I only have the one for the crypt right now. There's no like building-esque ones. And then any little dot you see on the map, if you want to pull those up, say like you want to remember some information, you can go to the right side, click on story, and then you have a drop down box, and then I have stream ByPeach, which has all the locations, and then your stream ByPeach NPCs, which has all the NPCs in ByPeach for you to interact with. Just to kind of organize and make it a little bit easier for you.
Okay, so are we gonna go talk to the person in the temple first? The plan?
Was it temple
Or
or
the smithy?
blacksmith?
Smithy, sorry.
yeah,
Smithy
I was going to
first.
say I thought
Smithy.
we were going to the smithy first.
Yeah. So you get to it, and it's the smithy is known as the precision smithy. It's very clean, very tidy. Everything is immaculate. The outside of the building is reinforced with metal, so it does away with some of the wattle and daub for more fine craftsman work. Some of the metal is actually inlaid into like the iron leaves and stuff like that, and swirls. Just kind of give a little more pop, a little more pizzazz.
I'm gonna
And,
cast prestidigitation on myself and everyone to make all of us look snazzy and clean and like immaculate.
Didn't you
Be
already
like-
Be
do
careful.
that,
You do
though?
that too many times on me, and I'm going to be reflective, okay?
You were starting to shine a little bit, my man.
All right, question. I was going to say, question, DM, can we get to a point where if we cast prestidigitation on Harbinger enough, he literally gets like a flashbang ability? Like a roll a d20
Like
for
a
a chance to
mirror
blind the
reflective
enemies?
sheen.
I think that's doable. Too many times he becomes reflective to most magic. The question is, who's it gonna hit?
That too.
He's not perfectly flat. It doesn't go right back at him. It goes somewhere else.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
that's true.
Maybe at the bard who keeps casting it.
Pow, pow, pow. Boom. All right. So the forge itself is it's a well-organized, clean workspace with a focus on precision and attention to detail. It is a large brick and stone structure with a furnace to heat up the metal. There's a bellows to help fan the flames, and a chimney to vent smoke and excess heat. It's very open, kind of. Gotta catch 'em all, poke spear man. Creepy, come on now, you can do better. I believe in you. There is a building attached to the side of it, just the general like shop space. But outside is where all the work's happening. There is the old school, the wall itself curls around inward like a spiral. Anybody who's familiar with any medieval like building setups, they do the spiral into the actual forge room itself, because while allowing air to come in and out, it prevents light from getting in, so they can see how hot the metal is getting itself. Because if it's too bright, you can't see how red or orange the metal is to know what temperature you're working with. But you do hear inside that spiraled forge area, there's the loud hammering, ding,
That seems a little bit off. Ding! Ding!
So would you like to enter in the shop side, or do you want to enter into the smithy side?
Shop side.
Yeah.
Yeah, not going into it. I'm not going to drag my dirty boots into his smithy.
So when you go into the shop side, there is a young child sitting there at a desk counter, just kind of like kicking his feet back and forth, just and he's like rolling around some toys on the table, like marbles almost, but they're made out of metal, so ball bearings would be the second guess for anybody who's in the know. Don't know how smart your characters are when it comes to smithing, and he's just like clacking around. He's like, oh. And then he rearranges them, and you see there's like a little circle that he's drawn on the table with charcoal. The walls are like lined with different tools and weapons. You see like swords, maces, everything has like, albeit it doesn't seem magical per se, but they're very ornate. Like whoever makes these loves putting their own little pop on the weapons, so you know whose they are, who made them. But it's very well, it's clean, it's put together. You would think like, oh, it's a smithy, there would be like soot and coal and stuff. None of that's in here. It's the wood on the floor is very finely pressed together. There's no seam, no crack. Everything is done in such minute detail that the craftsmanship is just that on par with something you would see for nobles. And he's like, oh, hi, you guys wanting to buy something?
Well, hello. We are looking around for some gear and weapons. This seemed to be the place to come.
Yes.
I'm specifically hello. We're party here. I'm looking for some studded leather armor. I was wondering if you had any of that. And what do you have in stock? I'm not sure about my companions, what they are specifically looking for.
Well, so you see, I'm just supposed to sit here and watch stuff because I'm supposed to be the apprentice, but he said that I was messing up too much, so I had to come sit and wait. But, and then he turns and he goes, Gamba! And he yells at the side of the wall, and the dinging stops, and you just hear, clink, clink, as like stuff's getting sat down, and you the slight whir of the bellows goes away, and a small door on the side opens up, and out steps another gnome. And he just smooths back his hair, and he is a short, plump gnome. He has a very round, friendly face. He has a wild mane of curly black hair, kind of almost matches Ace Fungus Finder's. His arms, he's very muscular, and he's covered in like burns and scars, but he is impeccably dressed in spotless blacksmith leathers with a crisp white apron. There is no dirt on him at all. You can only see the soot that's on his face a little bit from where he was working. The rest of him, immaculate.
Hello, Gimbal Thimblefist at your service. How can I help you?
As Bard and the gnome start talking, I lean over to Trix and I'm like, hey, there's no place like Gnome, right? Like super quiet and incelestial.
He just smiles and looks to everybody else.
I
He's
giggle
like,
very loudly and snort just a little bit, like.
oh,
Like, just
I'm
really
sorry.
awkward.
Did I let something in? And he like, because he saw you, so he's like, I'm
was just
sorry.
thinking
If you have such a sense of
something
hell,
that
it's okay. I
happened
have to
yesterday.
clean it. And he's like, Jeffrey, what have I told you about letting dust in here? Well, there's no dust in here. They just came in. No. I need you to get the stuff and clean up again. And he like looks around, and the place is already spotless and immaculate. And Jeffrey's just like, what? And Jeffrey's just like a little redheaded. You would assume he's either like a dwarven child or a human child, because he's taller than the gnome, but not tall enough to know what he is exactly. Because dwarves and humans to a certain age are about the same, and then humans get taller, dwarves don't, and then humans die faster than dwarves. So take
humans get taller, dwarves get wider.
Yeah, exactly. So Jeffrey just goes, fine, I guess, and then he just grabs like a rag and starts like rubbing a wall somewhere, just trying to look busy. Time to lean, time to clean, kind of thing. So, anyways. Gimbal Thimblefist at your service, and he gives you like a little bow.
I'm going to return the bow and then be like, well, Ambrose Simon Starfall. I was here looking for some studded leather armor. I was wondering if this immaculate shop had any of that.
Would you like spike studded leather armor? Would you like round studded leather armor? Do you want square studded leather armor? There is quite the time. Is it for an event? Are you going to do something particular? Are you fighting anything special? There are quite a few things. Do you want any kind of special leather? We have ox leather, we have cow leather, we have well, I don't have any dragon leather, and I haven't had that in a long time. Apparently, there's something about hunting dragons that's too expensive for people to do, or too costly life. I
could see that.
What is a human life worth when it comes to like fine arts and crafts? You know, what is anyone's life worth when it comes to something that's gonna last for ages afterwards? But anyways,
not much.
Exactly.
If I could be draped in dragon leather, I think the cost justifies the expense.
Exactly.
As he says that about human life and, of things lasting forever, I perk up.
He's like, oh, and you, and he looks to you, Harbinger, and he like starts walking around like, you are a work of art craftsman. And he's like, I can't find a mark for who made you though. And he's like looking around, trying to see. He's like on his tiptoes, trying to.
I'm gonna go. He is very much his own being. Just so you're aware.
You had some advanced magics placed on you then, huh? How did you come by him? Or wait, you said he's his own person. Did he find you? Are you? He stops and he leans in real close to you, Harbinger, and he's like, come here. And he like tries to wave you down.
I lean in a little.
And he goes.
Are you stolen? Do you need help?
No, he very much is his own person. We actually met on the bus on the way in here.
Oh.
Or the bus, whatever that gigantic barrel on the snake thing was.
Yes.
Very interesting bit of transport.
The barrel upon a snake, the bus. Yes, I understand. It comes through here every so often. At first, everybody was scared of it, but I rode it to get here.
It's a very innovative method of transport, I must say.
It is. I didn't think a snake could move that fast.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, nothing messes with a giant snake, so I mean it's safe.
Except for a bigger snake, but
true.
anyway.
But I've not seen a bigger snake. I'll see bandits try to rob caravans, but no bandit tries to rob a snake. But anyways, with that being said, so what kind of leather armor were you thinking? You said studded. Did you have any particular flavor, coloring?
No, I just want durable and can take a hit.
Okay, well, I don't have any made currently. Would you be willing to fill out this form? He like hands like a basic form. All right. So we have the party splitting into two different sections. Actually, I think one was going to go to the temple. Or did you decide to all go?
We were going to meet up at the temple.
Yeah, meet up at the temple.
I want to go to the general store.
Okay, general store. So I know Voph's going to the general store too. Dude, get down. You ain't going. He's trying to go get a squeaky toy that I put away. He was trying to climb up to the dresser to get it. Anyways, so everybody's going to the general store then? Because I know Voph was going to go because Noble clothes. Trix was going to go because snacks. There's also snacks in the market as well. Everybody's making peach stuff and farmer's market stuff. So
Nice.
They exist.
It's 99 silver pieces to a gold piece, right?
10. Works in things of 10. So
and
10 copper
10
makes
copper to
1 silver.
Silver right?
Yep. And then 10 silver makes 1 gold, and 10 gold makes 1 platinum.
Okay.
All right. Are we just assuming we have like some change, like the 20 gold pieces? We don't literally have 20 gold pieces. We can just
so I work on the fanny pack of holding method. I'm not gonna make you put specialized currency in and do weight. It's you take it out, you do the conversions. Like, oh, I need this much. Boop boop. Adjust it in your sheet.
Gotcha.
Oh.
And obviously, people are gonna have change. Now, if you go around trying to give them like bricks of gold and platinum, then we have problems.
I'll make sure to melt them down first.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. So general store, everyone. Let's go.
Yep.
I'm assuming we're gonna need like some rope and like something, like maybe some lights, like some torches, and.
Anybody who has you should have your basic stuff with your the backpacks and Dungeoneer's pack. Like I know.
Yeah, the Dungeoneer pack.
Yeah, so if you
I
click
don't have a Dungeoneer's pack.
Yes, if you click the red dot next to whatever backpack you picked, So like the Dungeoneer's pack for Codoma includes a backpack, a crowbar, a hammer, 10 pythons, 10 torches, a tinderbox, 10 days worth of rations. You're a robot, you don't really need rations, but you know, you're...
I can share them,
Yeah.
whatever.
And a water skin. The pack also has 50 feet of hempen rope strapped to the side of it.
I can just see it now. Somebody asks, "Why do you have rations in your bag?" They are human treats for the humans when they do good things.
Yes.
Sit, boy.
Human treats.
But damn it, now it's going to sound like Voph's idea when I do it.
I'm sorry.
So going up to the
I
store,
apparently didn't start with a dungeoneering pack. I guess so
Ah.
I'm gonna go get one of those.
it's all good.
I don't have a dungeoneering pack either.
Well, that's completely fine. So you go to the Sundry store, which is it's a nice structured, rolly sound building. It's wattle and daub like everything else. It's no fancy things like the blacksmith was. It's not run down like the fabled fungus. It's pretty well kept. You see through the windows, you can see a woman just constantly moving around, fixing things and like tidying up. There are a couple people who are sitting in like a little bay window area having a cup of coffee with each other. It seems to be pretty banging. There are people coming in and out, you know, all kinds of stuff. Some people are coming out with like sacks of flour and stuff like that, going off to do some baking, you know, replacing what they've used to craft things and treats for the market today. Other ones are like just kind of getting rope and, you know, the basics. Some just have empty barrels. Like they went through, they needed barrels, they bought some barrels, and they're leaving with barrels. They have everything in here. You can see like bolts of cloth and stuff hanging in like along the ceiling too, from the outside looking in.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just go in and be like,
And as you go into
hello.
the store, it's filled with a variety of goods. It's home to a counter where the front of the store has like a little boop boop, little register, stuff like that, kind of like centrally located in the middle, so they can keep an eye on everything. Behind the counter, has like a small cafe area adjacent from where not adjacent, opposing the one in the window where like a couple reserved seatings are, and people like having coffee and stuff like that. There's a little, not a gnome, but like a halfling person who's just like kind of going around filling up coffee cups, stuff like that, and you know, giving little scones, if that's your thing. Biscuits, crumpets,
You got
cookies.
me. That's my weakness.
Sounds great.
The rest of the store is filled with shelves and displays stocked with all kinds of goods. There are rows of non-perishable food items such as dried grains, beans, spices, as well as household essentials like soaps, candles, cloth. There's also a selection of clothing, footwear, and other personal items, and a small selection of tools and equipment for travelers. It is well lit, large windows, plenty of natural light, and the walls are painted a cheerful yellow color, and the floor is made of polished wood. It's a very warm and welcoming place.
Okay, I'm gonna go find the owner of the establishment or whoever's, you know, working the desk, and
That would be a
start
human woman.
arranging.
Well, name
Okay.
tag says Eliza.
Okay, I'm going to walk up to her and say, "Hello. I was told I could get some clothes from this place that would be a little better suited for the road than the stuff I'm currently wearing. Would you be the person to talk to about that?"
Oh, yes. Would you like something made for you, or do you want something off the rack?
That depends. How sturdy would you say the stuff on the rack is? Ideally, I'd like to just get one thing that I can wear during the travels. You know, maybe take it off long enough to wash it and then put it right back on. Would you have anything on the rack that's good for that, or would we?
So we could
would
do.
that be better
Would
suited?
you prefer animal-based products, or would you prefer organic? Because if we do organic, we're gonna have to go with a thicker bolt of cotton. If you would like animal, wool, while be it scratchy, is very durable.
Let's do wool, I think.
Oh, right. Do you have a particular color? And she like goes over to like this area where like all these different clothes are, and she's like, "We have shirts, we have breeches. We do have a complimentary rope belt that comes with the breeches because not everybody wears the same size, and you know, we can't really guess what you're gonna be size wise unless we make it. we have your basic colors. Well, so there's a very common misconception here that red, green, and blue are your primary colors, and yellow, the RGB standard. But we go with a magenta cyan setup, if you understand what I mean.
I hate everything that just came out of your mouth. Anyway,
women know their colors, Voff. Okay.
And I'm just gonna make the quip, and let me guess, you're always out of cyan.
Actually, no. People prefer black.
Amazing, interesting. All right. Well, let me ask you that. Like, as I start kind of looking through the stuff on the rack, I ask, let me ask you this: if I were to get something custom made for me, just off the top of your head, about how long would that take? Because I don't know how long we're going to be in town.
Well, it depends on what kind of you want. Do you want it to be water resistant? Because like wool has that little bit, but it shears off some. You will get damp if you're in rain for extended periods of time.
Right.
Do you want it to have like an inner lining of something softer with like an exterior of wool? There's a plethora of things that we can do with it. I could make you just some simple wool shirts and such, which would keep you nice and warm and keep the rain off you, but over time they will slowly wear down and collect up grime if you do not properly wash them. Whereas if I took, say, a day or two, I could line them with the proper cloths, which would give you an insulative layer, so you yourself would not get wet unless you're like completely submerged in water.
I actually like the sound of that. So how much would that cost me to get something custom made, a pair of pants to go with that, and a good set of boots to do lots of walking in?
Okay. So with the boots in tow, is there any specific color? Because colors, yes, I'm a detailed DM. Thank you, Safi, for you understand me. For the boots, we would just need to know a couple things. One, shoe size, obviously, because there's a lot of the more material makes it more expensive. And two, would you like them like hiking boots? Would you like them like climbing boots? Because like hiking is a lot different than climbing. Or are you just planning on, say, walking around the general like roads and pathways?
Those would definitely be hiking boots. As for the colors, I don't particularly care. I am fond of
Dealer's
like
choice.
the
Got it.
well, I was gonna say I am kind of fond of like the earthy colors, the browns and greens. If you've got anything,
well, that makes it a little bit cheaper because nobody really likes the earthy colors. Everybody wants to pop and stand out. So,
excellent. I love it when I
and
have
she's
cheap
like
taste.
tallying it all up. How does 12 copper sound?
12 copper sounds fine. And about how long did you say this would take to get all this
it would
put
be
together?
roughly a day or two because I have to get the insulated layers made. You wanted the ones with the 2 layers, right? The insulated layer to keep the water off you?
Yes, please.
Just so we're aware, just so you're aware, when I say what keeps the water off you, you can't jump in a river and be completely dry when you come out. That's totally separate. I don't do that stuff Fold does.
Listen.
Fold's always trying to sell people weird things and be tricky about it. While it's funny, I don't do that here.
I am absolutely sure that if you had the capability of doing that, you would, but I am not expecting a miracle worker.
Okay.
And I do actually have some of that sense thing that people keep speaking about in the ancient legends.
Yes. Very seldom do people have common sense. And then she like writes up a little order ticket, and then she's like, "Are you going to be putting a deposit down now, or are you going to pick it up at finish?"
I said yes. I'll go ahead and I pull out the relevant coins and hand them off to her to say, hey, here, I'll go ahead and pay in full now.
All right, so she writes up a ticket, paid in full, does like a little signature on the receipt, hands it to you. If you've dealt with any of the other merchants around here who are more stationary like myself, you will probably have seen one of these already. If anything happens, small claims court's held at town hall, and then she hands you the receipt.
Got it.
Because I'm leaving it open for legal litigations.
I've noticed that. It keeps coming up, and I'm like, we're going to end up in small claims court.
There are persuasion rolls that I know can happen, and I'm keeping track of receipts, baby.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pocket the receipt, and I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group and say, "All right, that's everything I need." From or actually, no. Before I do that, I am gonna go ahead and just pick something off the shelf
Mhm.
to change into something that is about my size, maybe a little big, just to ensure that I'll fit in
Yeah.
it. And I'm gonna purchase that for the.
Alright, so just generic stuff is gonna be an extra
dungeon.
5 copper. Just you're getting the
Okay.
stuff you can tear up or run around in. A
Yeah,
little less
exactly.
gaudy. And yeah, you can you get a set of common clothes. You can make that whatever flavor color you would like. I believe there was talk of snacks and rope and stuff for people.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Where are your peach goods?
Really
Baked
quick,
goods.
that comes out to 17 copper
Yep.
pieces total.
12 for
Okay,
the
excellent.
special slice stuff, 5 copper for the generic.
Excellent.
So for all of our peach goods and other things like that, if you did not see something that you liked out there, we do have dried peaches, which people like to use as candy. We have those separated in their own baggies, or we have a fill your own, and she like motions to like a little area, like in the big store, they have like the candy bins where you can like scrape out your own candy with the shovels. They have something like that. There are also not just peaches, but there are pears, apples, as well as dried grapes, seedless grapes, because one time we got a batch of seeded grapes and somebody had a tissy fit and we had to go to the small claims court because somebody swallowed a seed and they were very upset because they did, I don't know, some people just have their own little finicky things. We do also have regular candies. We have taffy. A lot of the sugars come from the peaches themselves, so it is mostly peach flavored. We try to get apples in for that, but it's very hard we're mostly peaches. People, it's like, what do they call it? The when you have two sides that don't really like each other, like teams in a sport almost. They're like, oh, go peaches, but I'm like,
Rivals?
what about yes, rivals. Everyone's like, peaches, peaches. I'm like, but what about apples? And then they're like, But I'm the only general store in town, so they have to deal with it.
Apples are delicious. So I'm thinking maybe some dried fruit would be good for our journey. Again, I'm a lot of GP. I only have 5 left after my adventures at the tavern. How much up for the dried? Could we do a mix of the dried fruit like all together?
All right, for a
trail mix.
A trail
possibly.
mix, as it were.
Yes.
Yes. For that, if you would like, we can also do, say, like pretzels involved as well. If you're into that sort of thing, there are those kind of snacks. Unless you just want the sweet and not the salty. But for a pound of any variation of trail mix, as it were, it would normally be like half a copper to a copper, depending on if you're just getting one thing or you're getting a mix. If you're getting the mix, I'd say it's a copper per pound. A pound would get you, well, I mean, it's a pound of food, so you could divvy that up between yourselves, like quarter of a pound for each person. That can get you like 2 days worth of just consistent snacking.
I like the sound of that. I love the sound of that. Yes, let's do it. A pound.
So if anybody wants to foot the copper for Trix's snacking,
in the best interest of us all.
in the best interest of us all, except
All
for the
right,
Warforged.
How much was the copper?
It's just
It's
a single
one copper for a pound of snack.
1 copper. All right, I'll lay it out and just say, yeah, someone has to keep the meat bags happy.
Well, we don't have meat bags, but we do have smoked meat and dried meats. If you're into
He
that,
was referring
He was
to us.
talking about us.
Oh, do you?
Unfortunately, he doesn't have the joy of eating.
Well, I understand, but do you always let your Warforged talk to you like that? And she's like confused.
He's not ours.
He's not mine. Yeah.
He's not ours.
Oh,
He's
are you
very
here
much-
on a
He's,
on a
he's
different?
his own thing.
He's a liberated Warforged.
I wouldn't even say that. He's just
Can they
he's
do
always
that?
been him. It's his own self.
I didn't know they could do that. I thought they, and she's just like, getting the.
I didn't know he could do that until we met him.
And she hands you tricks like their sized sacks, as it were, which you fill it up to the top, and it generally equates to a pound. So it's a get what you want kind of situation. She's like, but
do you have vials of acid?
So yes and no.
Like standard adventuring gear, right?
Well, so I don't have acid for like adventuring gear. I have acid for like cleaning, polishing things. Like mild acids, like if you want to tan leather and get like the excess goop off the inside, yes. Basic like ammonia, stuff like that, those like we have to have those cleaning solutions here. But like if you want to like say melt metal, no. That would be something that might be like that would be Ace Fungus Finder.
Oh crap. Okay, well how about torches? If I got like 10 torches and some like 50 feet of rope.
Oh yeah, so 50 feet of rope is a copper. He Codoma, the Necron flayed one says creepy. But 50 feet of rope and 10 torches, that would be an extra 5 copper, please.
You couldn't do a better deal for getting a bundle of 10? Kind of a buy 10, get X free.
How about you buy 9, get 1 free, and I'll make it 4 copper.
Okay, sure.
So you get the 50 feet of hemp and rope, and you get 10 torches. I will go ahead and slap those on your character. A bow.
Where's my gold?
To put in. Oh, you now have 11 torches, apparently.
Oh.
You already had torches and rope, my man.
No, I put them in because I was going to.
Oh, okay, so there you go. Never mind. Boom, you got it then.
Save you time.
See, look at you making my life easy. I didn't know what you could do. You're zooming. Is there anything else I can help you with? As she's like looking between all of you, and I'm assuming Trix's character's over there just like shoving stuff, trying to pack in the pound, get as much as she could.
Had a great time.
Besides that, no. Not really.
How about you? Since you are your own thing, she looks to Harbinger. Would you like some, I don't know, polish? And she's just like guessing. She's like, we have this stuff right here. And she like pulls up like a little bottle. It looks kind of like a nail polish remover bottle that we have nowadays in the shape of it. She's like, it's made with it's like crushed up seashells and a couple other things that normally you would see in lotions, but they say when you like micro abrasions make it shiny. That's what Thimblefist, the from the Forge, told me. He's like, micro abrasions make things shiny. You're not really making it shine. You're just scratching off the imperfections on top. Would that hurt you?
Does that my attention?
Hurt you?
Let's try that.
Okay. Face.
She takes like a little bit and she like, I was like, yeah, here, let me see your hand, and like for your palm out.
All right,
and she does like a little bloop bloop, and this is where they get you. See, if you ever have anybody trying to clean the windows, clean your shoes, they always do one little bit, and then you're like, oh, that looks real nice and clean, and it looks crappy with all the other bats around, so you have to buy it to do it now. So she knows her sales tactics. And she puts a little bit on there, takes a cloth, polishes it up, and that one spot in the center of your palm is shiny, like you can like almost see yourself in it. It's the sales tactic.
All right, how many of these bottles would I need for... And I just motion to my whole body.
She looks at you and goes, I'd say about 2 gold worth.
Oof.
And then you're probably gonna have to say, get somebody to apply it for you, which we can do it as a fee.
Hey, really quick, guys, is anybody else thinking? Why does the hit animated movie Moana come to mind all of a sudden for no reason at all? Wanna be shiny? Anyway,
pick an eye, babe. I can't.
Part of my palm and look at it, and I look at the saleswoman and go, "We're about to take on a job that may help pay for that."
Okay, because I would need to source more of it too, because like we don't have seashells like that of that kind here. Like I have a shipment coming in, but it'd be here like in 2 days.
Yeah, maybe not. Also, you definitely have to do a bulk price, right?
That's why I said 5
no.
gold.
No, you said 2.
You said 2.
Oh,
But I was thinking that 2
sorry, that was 5
the...
gold was for something else. My bad. 2 gold.
Yeah.
Fee
No,
for
I
us
think that-
applying it would be extra.
Uh-huh. So without having to apply it and, with it in bulk, it's obviously a 1 gold purchase.
No, 2 is the bulk purchase. If you bought each bottle separately, they're about 5 copper a piece. Not copper, silver. My bad.
You're saying a lot of prices here, and I think of 1 gold.
I've
for a
never had to
bulk amount.
sell this many of this thing before.
But aren't you a merchant? And
Yeah,
look, I
and
see all
would
these
you-
people going in and out with barrels. Like you bulk purchases. I really think that you're maybe messing up. I think you just are misremembering.
Just
here.
leave it be. Small person. There are
claims court.
probably not many going in and out who look like me.
Most people get them for their weapons. And when they get them for the weapons, they're polishing the swords. And then all of that pricing generally has a kickback to Thimblefist, okay? He hooked me up with this deal. I give him a kickback. I just try to make the money.
So we should talk to Thimblefist for a better price. Got it.
I mean,
If you
yes
don't
and-
want to stick at 2 gold.
Yes and no. So,
Yes and no.
well, so
I
if you
see.
talk to him, he's not going to have the purchase orders coming through. They come to me. He hooked me up with it and explained what the polishing was about. So
Couldn't
anything
come down from 2 gold since you tried to jump up to 5.
Okay. 1 gold
Okay.
plus a fee.
What's the fee?
1 gold. And we
I
apply
don't think
to
that
him.
that fee is applicable. So since it's a fee, that means it's negotiable, is what you're saying. Because it's just a fee, it's not the cost of the product.
1.5 gold.
I'm gonna look at Harbinger and say, do I need to remove him so you can do your own business?
Well, he's already at 1.5 gold. He was at 5 gold earlier, randomly. And then he said silver, they're worth 5 copper, 5 silver each. I'm just confused about the
He could
pricing
probably use a drink next door. Would you mind taking him over there?
At this point, I look over at Trix and just like
She has a
kinda
bag
give her
full
the
of
pointed look.
treats.
That sounds like a great job for you to take care of.
Okay, whatever.
Come on,
you guys
bud.
you have fun. You have fun paying 5 gold for
1.5.
1.5 gold. See? All right, I'm gonna walk out and be like, "Thank you so much for the rope and the torches. I appreciate it. You're the light of my world." And I walk away as I'm
Aw.
waving the torch at him.
So, 1.5 gold. Do we have a deal?
All right.
And she does up a receipt,
Thanks. I hate it here.
hands you the receipt, and she's like, "Okay, it'll be here in 2 days for the bulk." And is there anything else I can help you with, sir? And she looks to Harbinger and then Ilthos. You get your clothes. You look very stunning. Very handsome. You might be able to take me out sometime. I'm not married.
Sounds like a great idea. The girl back home would probably kill me if word ever got back to her. So
Oh, there's another lady. I see. Good tastes, good tastes. Well, if you ever have any problem with her, you know where I'm at.
all right, I'm gonna look at Harbinger and say, anything else you need? Do we want to just head over to the temple while the other two are getting
Bulk
shit-faced?
polishing sauce, sir. Bulk polishing sauce.
Bulk polishing sauce. I think I'm more than set here.
And I whispered to you that as we're walking to go get a drink. I put it in the chat.
Yeah.
All right, you all make your way over into the Golden Goblet. There is, in the center of the place, a pedestal that has a golden goblet in an actual encasement to prevent anybody from stealing it. There is a large dwarven man. I say large dwarf. Wait, I can click this. What am I going in the notes for? Running around, doing everything kind of poorly, very jovial. The Golden Goblet Inn is a warm and welcoming place. It has a cozy atmosphere, the perfect start for weary travelers. As you enter the inn, you are greeted by the smell of freshly baked bread and the sound of laughter and conversation coming from the crowded room. You can see between the wall, there's another door that leads into the actual the sundry store, which you may have come through unless you decide to go out and around, depending on whether you want to go outside and like cool off and then go in, because polishing sauce.
It's polishing.
And but yeah,
Thanks,
so
I
you
hate
see
it here.
that it seems to be like a joint thing. The inn is supplying stuff over there as well as running their own little tavern side here. It depends what kind of feel or aesthetic people are going for. They want the crowd or they want more of a cafe experience. The common room is spacious and well lit with a large fireplace at one end of the long bar. Tables and chairs are arranged throughout the room. There are several alcoves and nooks where guests can sit and enjoy a quiet drink or conversation. The walls are adorned with tapestries and paintings, and the floor is made of well-worn wooden planks. A large chandelier hangs from the ceiling, casting a warm glow throughout the room. At the bar, an innkeeper, the friendly old dwarf named Grimbold, is pouring ale and serving up hearty meals to his guests. Behind the bar, there is a selection of fine wines and spirits, as well as a variety of beers and ales on tap, a lot of which seem to be peach-oriented, obviously.
Kind of walk up and be like, hello, good sir. How much for a room? I need 4 rooms
Ah, well,
for tonight.
for tonight, would you like it with food or without?
How much is it with food and how much without?
With food.
With food, you're looking at 2 copper apiece. That covers a drink, and it covers dinner. When I say a drink, I mean you get a selection. No, you cannot have a whole bottle. I've been down that road before. I have tried it myself in my long times. But no, that would come out to how many of you are there?
There are 4, but 1 doesn't eat.
Okay, so that would be 2, 4, 7 copper. 1 copper for the room, 1 copper for the meal. He doesn't eat, minus 1 copper. So as opposed to 8, it is 7.
Okay.
But as a warforged, wouldn't he be spending the night with his, in the room?
It doesn't work like that. He's his own thing. He's special.
Okay, I'm not going to try to understand that. To each their own. A good barkeep knows when to keep his mouth shut.
Don't ask me. I met him recently. He has his own opinions, and he'll call you a meatbag. And good fun, of course.
I mean, well, and he like taps his belly. I am
it's
kind of
not
a bag of meat, you see. Anyways, we have vegetarian options, and we have your regular food options. So, do you have any specific dietary restrictions here?
None, I don't think. Unless one of them tells you.
No gluten.
No. Okay, so he can't have bread. Understood.
Yeah. This is a fantasy world. Let me have all the bread possible,
Bob,
fair
okay?
enough. Yeah, no dietary restrictions.
No dietary
Wait,
restrictions.
are we all there? This isn't happening while I was finishing up. my
All the
story?
garlic
Okay.
bread.
All the garlic and
Yes.
bread.
Oh my god.
He notes that
Um,
down. Creepy says to tell Codoma to Google Necron Flayed One lore. I think you would have fun with that. And then he told me that my dwarf is not jolly enough. Sir, I am not Santa. I'm a dwarf.
I'm gonna put 8 copper down. I say, well, we'll take the rooms and everything. And I was curious if you knew anything about the By Peach Cemetery or any rumors surrounding that area.
Oh, you mean Boneheath? Yes. So there are a couple.
Santa was a dwarf. He made toys and turned elves into toys. First of all, Creepy, I'ma need you to chill. This is not even basic lore for the Forgotten Realms. I'm in my own world right now. Creepy, leave me alone. I blame Voth. This is all Voth's problem. He introduced me to
Creepy over here
Creepy.
trying to make a whole new backstory.
Yeah.
Anyways, so there is supposedly a crypt that's kind of fallen in. It's like a sinkhole. People try to avoid it. That's people are like, oh, it's an entrance to a cave. Maybe there's spooky things. They like ghost stories. They hear noises out there at night.
Oh, at night. That's
Well,
good to
yeah,
know.
I mean, it's because people go out there at night for the spooky ghost stories, but during the day, I mean, you hear people from the town, you hear carriages, you have horses. I guess night's just quieter all around, or people like to imagine things. That's I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know
of
other
course.
people.
Okay, well, I'll take the rooms and whatever you recommend for a drink. Because apparently I'm not allowed to talk to people anymore. Because I think, anyways, drink, please.
Ah, well, here, have some of my own peach stout. And he like pours you a nice big like pint. Got a nice,
cheers.
nice foamy head on it. Delicious. It's a high ABV because he is a dwarf. So you got that nice little bite to it, but there is that sweet peach flavor that kind of smooths it over, more like a mellow or a cider. And
Looks delicious.
yes. But yeah, no, you get it's like drinking the entire thing is like you've had maybe 2 or 3 shots worth of alcohol, like some hard liquor, split into the whole thing. And is there anything else you'd like to do?
Can I slip off to the fabled fungus to ask about vials of acid?
Yes, again.
I
So
don't know.
everybody's like sitting there, getting their food, eating, relaxing throughout the day, I guess. Anything particular you three would like to do in the Golden Goblet? And are you trying to slip off to the fabled fungus without them knowing?
No, I don't. I was going to tell them, like,
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go ask about some vials of acid. In case we have to, like, melt locks or metals or shit.
All right.
Unless
about
any
what
of you
time-
know how to get through locks. Do any of you have a way to get through metal locks?
Yeah, I hear if you
No.
hit it hard enough.
He leans
All
over.
right, I'm going to go get some acid.
Sounds like a good plan.
He leans over as you're talking about that. Our favored Grimbold Barleybeard. He leans in. He's like, "You need some thieves' tools by chance?"
I could.
Just an offer. I'm
I'm gonna lean in
hobby.
and kind of like pull my sleeve up and show my like a sign. Like, so I have the criminal background,
Mhm.
and that would I know if he's part or like not like a criminal, but like associated with.
He
like,
gives you a grin, and he has like a little golden tooth thing. It's got like a little etching on it, and you know that he like you don't know exactly what organization, but you know he's been around. If he's got that mark and he's just willingly showing it to you, he's seen some stuff.
Yeah, I could use that because when we're off adventuring a lot, and sometimes people leave locked boxes sitting around.
Oh, of course, and I mean, well, what's to say there's not something that you may need in the lockbox to prevent danger from happening,
Exactly,
And
you have to protect the town.
And he's like, "Oh, here's a hobbyist kit, it's just and he like reaches from underneath the thing, pulls out his own little lockbox, undoes it, pulls out a small little leather roll and slides it to you. And he's like, compliments of the house. And it's a small thieves toolkit.
Ah, thank you.
And you can still go check on acid if you want to.
I still want to go check on the acid,
Yeah.
but that's helpful.
And it's called world building. So you do go off to Ace Fungus Finder, also known as the Arcelius Ace Fungus Finder. Everybody just calls him Ace because Arcelius is too much for him. He's still shuffling about, just making stuff, and you as soon as you walk in, there's a poof, and you smell like sulfur and stuff as smoke just comes billowing out the back. And
Oh, good patient. Are you all right?
Yes, I'm good.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on him.
Oh, well, thank you. That kind of, and you see him like roll his shoulders, and then there's like a crack and a pop. He's like, oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Are you all right?
Yeah, so I was trying a different thing. There was this firebomb potion that I was working on, which could have been a lot worse to say the least. But I was trying to work with the non-volatile chemicals first. But it seems so. There's the chemicals that make it pop and shoot everywhere, and then there's chemicals that react with each other and make a fire. And I was like, let's get the pop down before we make the fire part.
Yeah, it seems like a good thing. I gotta look around at all the vials of shit all over the place that could potentially just chain reactions. Like, well, I could. Speaking of things that pop and explode and burn, and you have
Yes.
acid. So I realized that there might be locks and other things that would.
So-
I didn't even think about it. It's a crypt. They probably lock things up. And I realized that I was looking at the potions you gave us, and
Would you like
none of those.
organic acid? Inorganic acid? Would you like acid from an infernal being, an abyssal being, primordial acid? He's like, I can.
What do you think that would help us, guarantee the success of our venture to get to the violet fungus?
Well, that's really hard to say because I don't know what's down there. But you at least need something because if there's sarcophagi and stuff like that, probably something that can get through at least stone.
Yeah, I was thinking like stone, metal, steel.
Okay, so piranha acid and hydrochloric acid are completely off the table, and it's like he's just
Probably.
like, well,
I may have to come back for you with that. I mean, if we go after your, bumping off your ex-wife, if that's ever something you want.
no. And he like looks around. He's like, I'm not going to do anything of the sort.
Oh, we would never do that. We would never, ever do that. And we would never need the hydrochloric acid to deal with that.
He's
repercussions of that.
He like looks over to the corner and you see like a little bird sitting in a nest. Just like look at watching him, and he just kind of he does this, and he's like, come here. I don't know if you know this, but birds aren't real.
Oh, so
They're watching me.
anyways, for them.
Anyways, so we're going to need something a little bit stronger, but not as strong as like purple worm acid or poison. That's not bad. That's good stuff, but it's a little bit too much. So and he like goes digging, and then you see him like pull out a couple different vials, and he like pours them together, and it's like the color changes to like a dingy green. Like if Mountain Dew was sad, that's the color green.
Mountain Dew was sad. You heard it here first, folks.
And it's kind of got like that fizzy, like carbonated bubble to it. And he's like,
I put that in my inventory. I'm gonna write that down. Sad Mountain Dew acid.
but he tests it before, and he takes out like a little stone or like looks like from a broken pestle and mortar, and he like kind of drops like a teeny tiny bit on there and just and begins to sizzle and go all the way through it.
Question: when that goes all the way through that stone, will it go through your table and into your floor?
Oh, well, I only use like a little drop, and there's a certain amount that when the acid takes over,
just don't want to mess up your table.
It's becoming a non Newtonian fluid.
I will pretend I know what that means. All right. Sure. Do you think I could use that to break into this sarcophagi and find this violet mushrooms?
I mean, yeah, you use it sparingly, or if you just like shove it on the wall, it's not going to do anything. But if you like find if it's a door, yeah.
Okay. I gotta go.
But yeah, on the house.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah, that's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just kind of smiles and nods.
And he's like, oh, well, I'll make sure that you go get that violet stuff. That's all I was wondering. I just had a thought. All right, I'm going to add the sad Mountain Dew. How do I add a custom item? Create item, sad Mountain Dew acid. Got it. And then I'm going to say, if there's ever a time you need a little bit of healing in case something goes wrong, just let me know.
I mean, I have all kinds of healing potions, but I will let you know. Do you know regeneration?
I'm a little cheaper.
Because, and then he like lifts up a hand, he's missing his pinky. I've been trying to get this back for a while, and he like wiggles the nub.
I unfortunately do not, but when I make a promise to you, when I can regenerate, I will come to you, and I will make sure to regenerate that poor pinky of yours.
Well, I would do a pinky promise with you, but I'm severely lacking at the moment.
Well, we'll do the lack of a pinky promise.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna leave. Go back to the tavern.
All right, so we can go ahead and, if you would like, we can do a little time jump forward to the next day. That gives Voph time to adjust spells. I believe he said something there would be mage armor to help him out.
Yes, I've actually already adjusted that.
And as a druid, I believe Trix is a druid, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you also know all your spells, so you can adjust, remove spells, add spells if you feel like you need to. Creepy says, y'all hurt me so badly. I mean, it's whatever. You know, Creepy, you'll get over it. I believe in you. I thought you were a sadist. I thought Safi beat you. It's fine.
Jeez.
Sorry, I'm putting out your dirty laundry like that. My bad. Hey, thanks for the follow, Nick Frost RPG. I love you. You the best. So, with that being said, you all wake up the next morning. You do have the breakfast, which was complimentary on the house, brought to you. Maybe because there are some ties between Bard's background and the owner. You do not know. It's nothing amazing. It's some basic eggs and biscuits, and I believe at Trix's request, or M's. Anyways. At M's request, I'm pretty sure there's extra buttered biscuits that have been brought because all the gluten.
Yes, all the gluten in this. Yeah,
the stuff that she normally cannot enjoy. She has buttered biscuits out the wazoo. She leaves
With some
the
gravy.
building with biscuits.
Yeah.
And they give some to Harbinger, but it's like they didn't pay attention, like whoever was serving, and they're like, "Oh, okay, here you go. This is for whomever," and you're just kind of like set there with biscuits and eggs. Most likely, I'm assuming you probably pawn them off on somebody else, or you just leave them plates sit there in the room. It's up to you. Did you get it off, boy? Boy,
I will. Yeah, I'll. Considering M was
Lego
drinking quite heavily yesterday, I'll go knock on her door and see if she would like mine.
She's always drinking heavily.
Thank you.
That's the thing. I'm always drunk.
I was gonna say
Hangover food.
she's taking the Irish approach to drinking. You can't get hungover if you don't stop drinking.
Yes.
Yep.
Maybe a peach mimosa if you have any.
Bottomless mimosas.
Yeah.
Oh, can that be a magical item?
I mean,
A never-ending flask of mimosa.
Mimosas don't count because you drink them in the morning, obviously.
Yeah.
Dude, a peach mimosa would sound amazing.
But you do make your way back to the Precision Smithy.
Mm-hmm.
You see our beautiful Gimbal Thimble Fist actually putting the finishing touches on your studded leather armor. You're just like, tick, tick, tick. And he's like, no, this guy be right here. And he's like, you see why it took him so long is because he's actually like precisely measuring out each distance between the studs. It has to be perfect.
Okay with that.
And I will go ahead. I do believe I have it in armor. I can just boop, boop. And I believe we went studded. Boom. So that was M and Ambrose. They got studded leather armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the Precision Smithy. Yes, Safi. He has OCD. Boom. And I am adding to both of you.
Not pick up on how pristinely clean everything was. Yeah, he's definitely OCD.
Yeah.
So
it
I'm
is.
just gonna press. By default, if I ever go in there, I'm casting Prestidigitation to get rid of dust, so I don't piss him off.
Yeah. So you each have a new item. It is cast off set of leather armor because he's efficient. It doesn't have as many straps or as bindings as you need to work with anything else. So as an action, as opposed to donning and doffing, you can literally just unbutton two things and drop it and go.
Oh.
He's very effective.
That's nice. So if it's like on fire,
yep, you can use an action and just drop it.
Ah, cool.
It's like, oh, here you go. And he folds it up, puts it in his little package. It's like a little nice paper thing. And he's like, oh, wait, just I know you're probably going to want to put it on right now, but I have to do it for me. It's a process. And he does like the little wax stamp on the paper containing it. And it's got like his little maker's mark, which is like, it's a hammer with a thumbs up on it. And it's like, yeah, holding the hammer. It's a little silver blob of wax. One for you, one for Trix. And then you can just open them up, put it on whatever, but it's already in your inventory.
I'm gonna take out the receipt and be like, and do I need
Oh,
What's the
no,
process
that
for
is
this?
that is completely free yours. If anything is wrong, bring it back with the receipt, and we can work on it. If you try to bring somebody else's back, because I know my own Maker's Mark, and try to don it off with the receipt, or give the receipt to somebody else, and they try to pawn it off, doesn't work. If you bring yours back, I will fix it.
Okay.
It's like
Sweet.
the what are they? He like snaps his fingers. There's a tailor. It's in a big city. The Red Fang boots that have like the lifetime thing. You can bring them back and they'll fix them and do.
Yeah.
A good DM is part plagiarism. Everybody, leave me alone. He's like lifetime repairs.
Wait, hold on. Time out. Only part plagiarism?
Part plagiarism. It's like 10% ad lib, 80% plagiarism, 10% actual work.
Yep.
I'm gonna give him 2 copper pieces. Like, I didn't know it had a lifetime repair. Then I put that up, and like, I think that I should put an extra. I think it's worth 22 copper. And I'm
well, thank you. And he takes it and puts it in his nice little strong box. And he's like, well, I always give everything that I make a lifetime replacement warranty on it, because if something happens to me, the only thing that's left is my work.
Mm-hmm.
And I want my work to be remembered forever. And he like kind of looks off in the distance for a moment.
And if something happens to me when I'm in this arbor, I probably won't come back to repair it.
Yep, and then it's not my problem.
I agree.
But is there anything else I can do for you before you go? Do you need some polishing, or
how much would it be to polish this guy?
And he looks them over and he's like, all of them?
All of them.
Well, we have a couple options. And then he pulls out the bottle that you already saw, and then 2 and 3, you got like different coarseness and like different brands. He's like, okay, so this one right here, it's about like, so for me, I get it for like 2.5 copper a bottle. For all of him, you're probably looking at maybe, I'd say about 7 or 8 silver pieces before markup.
I'm just gonna look at the Warforged and be like, He was wondering. I was wondering on his behalf. But anyways, I take my arbor and have just like a smug look, like, I
told you to say.
And I'm gonna, as I walk by, I'm gonna say it's Celestial. Small claims.
He did say before markup. I'm just saying.
Yeah, 100% markup. Though.
You ever been to Walmart? They have like, this is how much it was before we got it. Anyways.
All right. It's like food. There's a giant markup on food. Come on.
Did you know if you go to Advanced Auto Parts and buy anything, it's upwards of 300% markup on the items you buy? Just saying. I used to work there. I know.
Jeez.
It's insane.
No. That's why I go to O'Reilly's. Anyway.
That's the 400% markup.
But O'Reilly's gives a share of their profit to everybody who works in the store monthly. So
that's cool.
O'Reilly's is a better place to work for.
Now I know.
Meanwhile, Advanced Auto Parts yells at you if you don't sell or get people to sign up for the speed perks. I was there. I was a driver. Yay. They were like, we're going to threaten your job about this. I'm like, I'm not set up to run the register. I can't sell this stuff. I drive. Go away. So are we going to go straight to Bone Heath for the the temple
need
first?
to go to the temple. Yep.
Yeah, stop by the temple first. I'm assuming my custom order clothes are not ready yet.
No, she said it would be roughly 2 days.
Okay. Well, you had said 1 or 2, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, 1 or 2. She's leaning
right,
more
cool.
to 2 because of size and you want the boots.
Works for me.
But the temple itself.
And yep, on to the temple.
Temple itself, as before, it's a beautiful, large stone building. It's reminiscent of like a Greco-Roman kind of like Pantheon-ish temple. You know, you go through. There's different statues for different little deities and alcoves and stuff like that. There is the primary one, which is like the god of light and order, and the very main and antechamber, the large part in the back. And there is a lady, Laura Dawnbringer. She is a slender elf woman with long flowing silver hair. She is older. She has piercing green eyes and has a regal bearing and carries herself with a sense of calm and serenity. She is impeccably dressed in flowing white robes adorned with golden trim and intricate elven designs. She is currently leading the populace that is in there in a elven prayer.
Once we walk in, I'm kind of just gonna hang towards the back out of respect. You know, this it's obvious from my demeanor. This is not a religion I observe, but I'm not necessarily opposed to the practice. I'm not about to walk in there and be like, "Hey, you guys need to stop," because this ain't stuff I believe.
As a more positively aligned church. If you look in the little small alcoves at the side, kind of like in Oblivion, the temples of the Nine, stuff like that, there are other ones. So you can go find your god and do like a little brief "Hey, boss."
That's actually a great idea. I'm gonna go do that.
So yeah, when she is done leading people in prayer,
I assume my patron isn't going to be represented here.
Dark evil stuff. No, you are a warlock. Yours is a patron thing. Yours isn't a deity. Yours is like, hey,
I know.
I'm
joking. I get it.
You got a sugar
I'm just gonna
daddy.
stare longingly at the statues.
There's a difference between God and sugar daddy.
Fair.
I don't know what kind of relationship you have with your sugar daddy, but that kink doesn't translate into the temple.
Yet.
Listen, as soon as we get into that dungeon, we'll see all the different ways that Codoma gets fucked on his rolls, and we'll know exactly what kind of relationship he got.
It's beautiful.
There we go.
I'm a little uncomfortable in here in the temple because of my background, and I don't have a deity anymore. But yeah, I'm just kind of like looking around, observing everyone, like looking at all of the different practices.
As
I'm way too comfortable.
I'm gonna get you first, and then you two at once. Anyways, as you all the prayer and stuff finishes, Lady Alara makes her way down. She's like, I see we have a couple new faces here today. Is there anything I can help you with? Are you looking for well, I would say salvation. Are you already saved? Do you have a particular deity that you pray to or would like to commune with? We can...
No.
No? Okay, well,
I'd like to commune with them.
That I feel like there's a little bit more into that tone of voice right there. I'm going to put a pin in that. No. We'll get to that some other time. But what can I do
sadly,
for you?
so will I.
And she looks and she stops and looks at Harbinger. She's like, oh, you have a light inside you. You're like, you're different. You must be very special. And she just kind of smiles and gives like a little nod. Like she knows. She knows.
The songs are supposed. She knows.
Yep.
Good to be recognized.
But anyways, so...
while this conversation is starting, I'm still over apparently I'm getting really into this prayer, not going nuts, but
are you asking anything specific in your prayer?
I'll shoot you a message.
Okay, because here's another. I'm gonna give you guys this fun rule since it's our first session together. I work with the rule of cool, so if you have a skill that you think can translate into something really weird or wild and you want to roll for it, you can roll for it. Everything's on the table. Everything. You want to try to absorb power from something, on the table. You want to try to punch your way through a wall, on the table. Whether things go the way you want it to or not, totally different.
Seduce a goddess.
Mm-hmm. It's on the table.
Cool. It's on the table.
It's
Maybe
on
not yet.
You want to go pray and try to seduce one to get her to come to you? On the table. It's going to be kind of rough. It's not like the roll is impossible. It's just highly improbable currently.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Exactly. Anything.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance.
I'm gonna go up to one of the female statues. Hey, baby, what's up?
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I want to go up and
give
be
me give me the religion roll first, just to see if it gets through.
All right.
It does not get through. You have a sense that nobody is listening to you.
Next time. Just walk away.
I look
Don't sad
over
that.
at him and I want to ask Voth, like, is that what the bard is doing? Is that a common practice in these lands?
I just kind of like hold up a finger while I continue to mumble something.
And that's rude.
Um,
He's praying.
And then, like, as soon as I finish, whatever prayer I'm doing, I stand up, I look at her, and I say, "Absolutely not."
Yeah.
Um,
All right, give me that religion
So
roll,
where-
Voth.
I was gonna say I have no idea what he was doing, but I can guarantee you that's not how this is supposed to happen.
Rude?
Are you fucking kidding me? A nat 1. Okay.
So with that,
So
with that, you
know
so
what?
you know your prayer goes through. Well, like, to an extent, right? You believe it's gone through. It's as any other prayer. Like if you pray for good health, and you receive no answer, it's just as the gods normally would be. So it's not like nothing untowards happens. It just there is no immediate effect that you're aware of. Take that as you will.
I would go up to the like. So we were told that we would come here to talk about Boneheath and any information about Boneheath, because we've been tasked to look for a fungus that grows there, and some people are. I've heard rumors around about it, but we just
They
trying to
sent you
find
on this, huh?
Yeah,
Well, it's fine.
our
It's
clients are not up for
client adventure
discussion.
confidentiality, I understand, but he has asked me before about the same fungus. Yes, you will find it if you go into the crypts underneath. The problem is everyone thinks that there's something very evil down there, and while I can attest there are some untoward things that I can sense down there, I for one have never been down there. You will want to find the sinkhole. That was where the entrance originally was, and it has since collapsed. How you make your way through that sinkhole is up to you. We've not sent any excavation teams down because whatever's down there, I figured it's best to leave it at peace. But I will not object, if that makes sense.
Out of another note, to cleanse undead spell, like a lot of temples offer that as a service, just in case something goes very badly. How much is that?
Well, I do not make anybody pay for anything here unless I have to, say, revive one of you. Then you have to come up with a diamond because we just don't keep those on hand.
Okay, that's good to know too.
BYOD, pretty good deal.
Also, I've tried to regenerate Ace's finger before, but he doesn't trust me. So, it's something about my ears I don't understand. He's kind of.
I think they're pretty.
Well, thank you. He thinks I'm a lizard person.
He also has talked about the birds, which is an interesting.
Oh yes, the birds aren't
outlook on
real.
life.
Yes, he did say the birds aren't real.
He may spend a lot of time around fungus, it seems.
He doesn't really get out of his building much, ever. If he does, it's at night, and it's very quick.
All right.
Yes.
So any other information? Just big spooky things down there. Probably shouldn't mess with it. We're probably going to still mess with it.
Oh, yes.
Also, where would you find a diamond and how much would it be? Just on the off chance that something very badly happens.
More than we've got right now, so let's be careful.
Yes, I don't have access to diamonds currently. And the spell require, well, if there's a lot of you gone, then it's a lot more. You, on the other hand, she points to Harbinger, I'm not sure how I could bring that light back. So I think maybe that would fall more to an artificer? Question mark? She says out loud.
It is now my sole
sounds
goal
accurate.
over the course of this campaign to find an NPC that unironically says, however, comma.
But I'd have to look through the scribes because there is a certain price amount for the diamond.
Okay, so there is a method. Just
there is a
checking.
method. It is quite expensive to bring someone back from the dead, though.
Ah.
More so if they're
As
in like
one might expect.
and more so if they're like you want them to be the same. Sometimes they transform. It's reincarnation more or less, and they can get a different body. It's a lot of it. It gets messy. I used to be a turtle. And she points to herself.
That's quite the change.
It is. I still have a long life. I was here when this town was founded. But, so in the
Gnome
crypt.
is not exactly wrong.
What?
The gnome is not exactly wrong
No.
about her being a lizard person.
No, it's not.
That's wonderful.
Great. So is he also right about the birds?
Maybe. There is one in the shop that
Sounds
just
like
watched.
he spent too much time on the town forums, writing messages back and forth on the.
Yeah, they have like a whole
Yeah.
little anonymous place where they do like drop boxes with messages about what's
Yeah.
going on.
Exactly.
Now you guys have a chance to find those. Congratulations. New plot hooks.
Oh no.
Are there 4 of them?
There's one that has like 4 leaves, and there's another one that's marked by 8 leaves. You have to be careful where you want to go.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
Locally known as Chan.
Hey, well, just remember, I'm sure this is one of those fine, upstanding towns that's got the little post at the center with a book that has everybody's face in it. You can write down little messages that you want to share with everybody on the Facebook
That
post.
place is the worst.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh god. All right.
But he had a fondness for animating things that weren't supposed to be animated. If that makes sense. Not dead things that I'm aware of. There are dead things there. It used to be a crypt, but like to keep the crypt clean and oversee everything, like little wooden guys and stone people. Like Charles was a very interesting character. He was the one who worked with the crypt and the fungus stuff down there.
So things
You
made of
say
wood.
was. Where is Charles now?
Well, he was here when the town was first created, and he was a human man, and
Ah.
he's most likely dead. It's been hundreds upon hundreds of years.
Hopefully dead.
It's Riley says, "Hello everyone, hope the game is going well. Hashtag Team Tricks."
All right.
Like that's going crazy. I'll be right back.
Okay. But yeah,
Aw.
so just go to Boneheath, the little cemetery. Can't miss it. It's like near the middle. It used to be a big building. Now it's kind of rubble and it's sinking in. However you get in the bottom's up to you.
Okay. Well, good to know.
Is there
Pretty
anything else
much
I
all
can
I'm
help
like,
you with? Would you like say a prayer, a little blessing maybe?
Yeah, that would be great if you could give us a blessing. That we hopefully just help clean up the town a little bit.
She says a blessing with you, and her prayer roll of 22. Each of you gain 5 temporary hit points. You can add on top of yourself.
That's half my health.
Nice.
Yeah, so like if you look at your sheet on the main tab to the bottom right, you see TMP and there's a little blank box. Click that blank box to highlight it and then just press 5. And so when you take wounds, it will remove from the temporary hit points first and then start going into your normal health.
Cool.
Well, thank you
Um,
for the blessing. Who's your patron?
Still a tank
After
warlock
the-
here.
After the blessing, I'm kind of gonna excuse myself and leave the temple. While I already had an air of reverence about me, for the holy space that we were entering, after I stepped off and did whatever little prayer I did, it seems there's something's bothering me, and I kind of just want to get clear of the temple.
The lack of a divine response or the feeling of
something like that, yeah.
closeness. Yeah, understandable. But
well. That's. I'm gonna walk out and be. Oh, what is your patron, by the way?
oh well, I just like to call him the Lightbringer. He has many names. It's been lost to time. And honestly, I can't remember it. I'm very old. If you do not know, and she just kind of like gives you like
you don't look it.
Well, thank you. You flatter me. She's like, but it's off the table if that's what you're insinuating.
Huh? No. Why would I insinuate that with a person of the hem?
Okay, I'm just letting you know that I'm celibate, and you do seem like the frisky type. If I wasn't, back in my turtle days, I will let you know I was wild.
Ilthos
quite the
writes on his
workaround.
hands, keep Ambrose away from nunnery.
And how would you describe the Lightbringer? Like
Well-
form wise.
So as
Curvature.
far as I'm aware, he, she, them. I've never asked what the dangly bits or lack thereof were like. They generally
Could do
appear to
that.
those as the most appealing form. It's a comfort thing. They bring comfort and light and warmth to people.
Think about most appealing form. I'm gonna got it.
Dick. Voph's over there
What would you
like
rate out of 10?
Voph is like a ham and cheese sandwich.
What would your rating be out of 10?
I don't believe that this is an answer that I can give you as a woman of the cloth.
All right, so an 8. All right.
Oh,
I'm gonna be like, thank you so much, and you have a blessed day. I'm gonna walk out.
gives you a nod like it, and to you as well. With that said, I need to bring this up, and I need to see this as. Boom. Yes. All right. So, that being said, do you all head straight to the cemetery?
Yeah. Em, have you put on that armor?
Mm-hmm. So if you look to the right of the armor,
Quite.
you'll have like it'll look like either a bag, a shirt, or something else. You want to click it so it looks like the shirt icon. That means you equipped it.
Yeah, in your inventory.
The leather?
Yep. Cast off studded leather.
Oh, I see it, I see. Does that mean I'm wearing it? Equipped. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Your AC should go up.
There we go.
I think so, yes. Okay.
All right.
All right. Off to the cemetery.
So you make your way to the cemetery. You do see that there are quite a few like regular gravestones. A lot of it's very well kept. There is an older gentleman who's just kind of like sitting in a chair next to the fence. He's got like a couple shelves, stuff like that. You assume like maybe he's a gravekeeper or the person or tends to it, whatever you would like to let them be known as. And he's just kind of.
I'm gonna say
As we
good
approach, I
morning.
just mumble under my breath, mostly to myself, not a very effective gate warden.
I'm gonna say good morning in Celestial as we come up to him, like very softly.
He dead asleep at the graveyard. Yes, creepy. He just as you say it in Celestial, he just. What was that? What was that? Is there a band? We got music? Was it the ghosts? It's the fucking ghost, isn't it?
Like, not the ghosts.
Okay.
Somebody who wants to deal with the ghosts.
Oh wait, there's people here, and he sits back up. He's like, oh, okay. And he like rubs his eyes. He's like, oh. And he like strokes his like long. He's got a bushy beard on. He's like, okay, okay. How can I help you?
So I heard there was we're here to go down into the crypt and find a mushroom is the plan. And maybe deal with, you said, ghost issues?
There's a lot of crypts here.
They said a big sinkhole.
Oh, big sinkhole. You want Charles's crypt, the not the founder, but one of the founders. It's back there in the middle. It's all falling in. I've tried filling it in. I tried stopping it. It just keeps going.
We'll see it when we get there, right?
Oh, you can't miss it. It's
Okay.
large. You step like if I'm letting you know right now. It's my duty to say that if you go near it and something happens to you, there is no guarantee we can save you.
Do I get a receipt for that?
No.
Oh,
I don't do that. I don't sell anything. This isn't like I can't. How are you going to take me to court if you're dead?
Or injured.
That makes a compelling argument.
I mean, if you're injured, I told you.
Go look out. There's no posted signs.
Not here, but if you go to the crypt, there's a sign. If you get, you'll get to the thing, and it's all going in. You can't miss it. There's a big old sign that says sinkhole. Can't miss it.
All right, sounds good. I'll go look at the legalese on that. I'm gonna start walking towards the crypt.
Looking for a fun guy in a dark place. Creepy. I need you to stop. I need you to stop real bad. But yeah, as you're walking through the graveyard, there you don't really actually everybody give me a perception roll.
Okay.
Anybody, everybody, all the time. Do.
Trying to remember how I roll that perception.
You
Yeah,
would go
yeah,
to
I
ability
can-
scores, find perception, and
And
then
skills.
double click on the dice. Or yeah, dice skills. Bleh.
You can drag it in.
Yeah, gotcha.
So with the 12, you don't notice anything. You see
So
like
you
the
go
zone and
to-
everything.
Skills and then perception and then what?
So if you look to the far right, you should see like a little block with a plus number. Like your perception says +6. Double click the +6, or you can click and drag it over to the dice box.
Oh, okay. 13. Oh, 19.
Nice. Is Ilthos going to roll?
I already did, I thought.
You did a
You have to make-
religion.
did not.
It has to be
Oh,
in the
yeah.
box.
No. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
drag-
didn't do it in the box.
Drag to the box or double click.
Okay. My apologies, I did that incorrectly then. Let's see. Perception, where are you at? There it is.
Well, if we go by that, his perception's pretty low.
So the only one who really hears anything is Imani, M for short. You hear what sounds like thumping and walking underneath you and some like groans. Whether it's wooden groans, you can't really tell, something on hinges maybe, or a person. Everybody's seen the video of the door that hits the thing and like sounds like a person laughing. It could be a door moving, it could be wind, it could be a person. No telling, but there are sounds coming from underneath of you. And that might be what he's referring to as the ghosts.
Y'all hear? It's y'all. My British accent. How do you say?
Do all of you.
Do all of you? Thank you.
She's too southern
Y'all
for her
hear-
own good.
y'all hear
I was gonna
ghosts?
say, hey guys, let's play a game called. Anyway, I'm gonna stop
Y'all
before I
hear
get
them
myself in
Hanks
trouble.
down there?
As arguably like the most southern person in this call.
I got
I'm
the
just
rice,
say-
got thrown out there for the
Hey,
Hanks.
who?
No, I don't hear anything.
All right.
I hear
I'll
nothing.
hear squat.
But
What are you talking about? I'm gonna like.
I
put
ain't
my
hear
ear-
shit.
I'm like where are we hearing these things?
Oh, just below my feet. I hear creaking and footsteps.
I'll put my ear next to her feet. Do I hear anything now?
roll again.
While he's doing that, I just say, maybe it's like the ocean if you hold it up to your ear, pointing at her feet.
No, you do not hear anything. You hear like maybe people walking around you when they go to stop, and for the shiggles of it, a worm kind of pokes up at the wrong time and like bloop bloops in your ear, kind of like a little wet wheel, like.
No, I don't hear anything. I just invading qualities of the ground.
So with that, you do come across the large sinkhole with the little bit of structures folding in. You can see where it's crumbled down and some stuff has fallen into it. There is a sign. It says "Warning: Sinkhole," and it's not really the best legible, so you might be able to fight it in court, but it is adamantly there, as big as he could get it. Just writing is not his strong suit. But yeah,
I think we can fight that.
it's a whole bunch of dirt just kind of collapsed in. You can see some of the rubble like down in the center, and like the mine, like M would notice. You see like with your perception, the roll previously, the slightest bit of movement of everything just kind of sinking slowly into it. What would you all like to do? This is the one entrance that people know about.
Well, I think now would be a good time to armor up and maybe just try and crawl down in there and see if it opens up into a tunnel down there at any point.
This post that he put like the marker on, like how well is it in the ground?
It's hammered down
sunk
in there a
soup.
little bit. I
So
wouldn't
it's
say
like-
it's not concrete in the ground. I'd say it's down about a foot, just so it's
So
sturdy.
would it like take my weight? If I like
I don't know how
tied
much
a
your
rope
character
to it?
weighs.
I'm well, the Warforged would be an option. So
I mean, he would be if you
You're
asked
not
him
testing
nicely.
with
Maybe.
me.
Are you trying to snap it, break it? Or are you trying to use it as a?
no, I was gonna
holding
tie
it?
a rope to it and like go into like just have.
Oh
a
yeah,
rope
no,
on
that
it
that's fine.
and-
If you're trying to break it, no, like you.
No,
have to
no,
limit
I
the
just
weight.
want to have a rope to it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
start tying my rope to it. Be like, I don't want to go down to the sinkhole without some way of getting out of the sinkhole.
Yeah, you could do that. There's also like a lot of stone and stuff like that, so you can kind of shore it up a little bit if you need to from the collapsed
Sure.
building. So I will say you can do that, no problem. Navigating into the sinkhole without taking damage to go to the bottom and like dip down in there, you will have to give me either an athletics or acrobatics, depending on how you want to do it and what's your better suit.
I'm gonna look down and be like, so are we just gotta go down with the rope? But I'm kind of looking at everyone like,
Hey, you got a
The-
better idea?
The only person who doesn't have to do the roll would be Harbinger, because obvious reason he is like a metal man, so he's not going to get as bludgeoned up by trying to squeeze by some rocks.
Nice. Which, by the way, I take off my traveling cloak too because I don't want it to get torn up.
Fair.
okay, well,
Who's
I
first?
mean, I guess I can go. I guess I'll do acrobatics check to kind of like
I need a-
shishay down, kind of
Need a
like
10 or
shimmy
better.
down.
We're looking for 10 or better, buddy.
Oh boy.
No.
That's not a
Almost
10.
landed on 15, and then
you
I
take
said no.
you take 1d4 bludgeoning damage as you do pop down into an opening after you get like roughed up by some stuff on the way through.
Bringing the rope with me.
You got the rope stuck down, so it's like a line straight from the boop. But you seem just kind of shimmy on through as Ambrose is like, oh fuck, and then gone. They do not exist anymore. The rope, however, is taut. You, Ambrose, are surrounded by blackness, unless you have dark vision. I don't believe you do, though.
Nope.
All right. Is there a way you're gonna try to signal them? You gonna yell as loud as possible, or is everybody just
I'm
diving
gonna
on their own accord?
I'm gonna like pull the rope like 3 times, like tug tug tug.
So you all see the rope kind of like against the sign, but you're not sure if that's him or if it's the ground, the sinkhole, like trying to pull it down.
I just look at the group and go, are we sure he's not doing something to the rope?
Oh,
Does he
God.
need a minute?
What?
Like,
I'm gonna light a
What?
torch.
what would he be doing?
You know
Not
what?
everyone-
Don't worry about it.
Um,
Don't even worry about it. Do we?
I mean,
Are we able to see the torch as he lights it up?
nope. Unless you guys are down in there with him, it is just a sinkhole. So let me go ahead. Show the
Okay.
record. Nobody else can be able to see this besides when Ambrose clicks on his token. He'll see his own stuff
All right.
in torch.
Well, I'm going to volunteer. I'll tell him because basically it's just there's a hole that we're trying to drop down into, right?
Mhm.
Or
It's
Okay.
a sinkhole.
Yep.
There's stuff like collecting towards the middle that you have to kind of shimmy around.
okay.
I'm gonna roll stealth.
Well, I'm
Okay.
gonna tell everybody. I'll go down next. I'll send a signal back up if I'm able to make it down there. Okay.
All right.
I guess I start singing.
Acrobatics, or no, you go to stealth and then you like fall and clatter against something. It's just some stones and junk that are already on the floor. Give me that acrobatics or athletics check, Ilthus.
Back to back that one.
Okay.
Fucking kidding me?
Acrobatics is better.
You get through no problem as you slip down into it, and let me go ahead and throw you down here with Bard. You should see light now,
Yes, I do.
and that's because he has a torch.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
we really need to come up with a messaging system with like
I
anything.
hold up a finger and say, "Watch this." I pull out a torch. I light the torch.
Mhm.
And then I want to cast Mage Hand, pick up the torch, and hold it up to like take it back up and kind of like wave it around so the other
as you
other
send it
students
back
can-
up through, the mage hand goes through. The torch gets extinguished because it's a sinkhole and there's dirt. It just kind of snuffs it out. But everybody on top, you see a torch come floating out and start waving around at you guys.
I'm going to point out. It still doesn't translate the message.
So you just have a
I
floating
told them I would
stick.
signal if we made it down here. Okay.
All right, that's what I'm saying. We need signals. We should set up signals.
What do you think that was?
It's just
Harbinger?
you guys just see it sitting there, just wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway,
Well, that's more
What is
promising
that?
than the rope tugging. So, I just shrug and set my rope up and start getting ready to climb down.
Oh, you're gonna use your own rope attached, or you're gonna use the
Oh
current
no,
one?
they're actually no. We're gonna. Sorry, yeah, they've already got a rope attached there. We'll just use that rope. Yep.
Yep, so you go down, no problem. You're made of metal, so you're not going to get your flesh bludgeoned up by stone, and you should have light now from Ambrose's thing.
I'll follow the Harbinger.
Athletics or acrobatics to make sure you don't get bludgeoned up on the way down.
Acrobatics then.
You got to beat a 10. 10 or better.
Oof.
17. You are completely fine, and you drop down as well. Bloop. That being said, you are all in a small room. It looks like it kind of like dropped almost flat here. More of a divination room used to contact the dead and stuff like that. Maybe Charles was into a little bit of weird stuff. Maybe he was trying to figure things out. Or maybe they was used to contact Charles himself. You're not entirely sure. There are a couple paintings that seem to have fallen against the walls. They look like different people and such like that. They're just kind of laying there. They're very unscathed though. Like if they came down with the crash of stuff, or maybe they were here already and then just fell off when the sinkhole started happening. Regardless, they don't look like they've been messed up at all, if not a little dusty.
They look like they could be worth something.
They could.
Oh.
I can cast produce flame so that we can have a little bit of light. The cantrip.
Okay. Are you walking with it in your hand, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'll do is effects. I will give you the effect of, I believe
Right
it is
back,
like
y'all.
a candle. Well, boom. And what we'll do, since we're in this, going forward from here, we'll move in like an initiative roll order, just so we can keep track, because there are things in here as a dungeon crawl, that you're just not gonna want to just try to speed through and mess yourself up on, you know?
Yeah.
But
I want to.
this room, fair game. Anything past the room once you get into the hallways, when we have to roll initiative, not for fighting, but just to see what order everybody's moving in.
And I just like stack up the paintings like next to
As
the
you
rope.
touch the paintings, they begin to yell and scream. They are it's called a trick object. They wail loudly when touched or interacted with, as if alive.
And I.
When you let go, they stop.
Oh, okay. Then I'm not gonna touch them anymore. I'm gonna like if it starts yelling as soon as I touch it, I'm not gonna touch it anymore.
It's like an alarm mechanism. Like, oh, you're gonna touch the painting? I'm gonna start yelling.
Ah. Well, guys, it seems like everything's booby trapped in here, and not the good
How
kind.
lucky for you.
I want to start looking around, since this is some sort of divination room, see if there's anything arcane that might help with summoning or communing or whatever with the dead
main
that
purpose
could help
of the
further
room?
my research.
There is that that little divination like altar set up right there that was used to contact the dead. So for guidance,
Yeah, like to
you
go examine that. Yeah.
What would you like to do with it? You want to contact your deity? You want to contact or your patron? You want to contact like a dead person? You gonna like random dial somebody?
Is there a god of the dead?
Yes, I do not have a current name for him though.
Hey, baby, what's up?
What about Charles?
You can contact Charles. So that ain't gonna work. Especially because it's not you're not praying at an altar. This is just for contacting the dead, not the god of the dead. Totally separate.
Oh,
you're
so
dialing the wrong.
Hey, baby, what's up?
Yeah, you go, hey baby, what's up? And then like somebody's soul is just like, what the fuck? but for you, Codoma, for a Harbinger, you can give me an Arcana roll to see if you can contact somebody. Focus on who you want, whether you want Charles, the person who made this place, or you can go for your own
Charles,
patron.
the person who made this place.
All right, go ahead, give me that Arcana roll. You get nothing but silence, crickets.
Huh.
You hear moaning in the distance. But everybody does.
When we hear the moaning, I just look over at Ambrose and go, maybe yours did work.
Oh my. What can I say? A single word is all it takes sometimes.
Oh. Yeah. So with that being said, if I can get everybody to go ahead and roll initiatives just so we have a moving order. And then if there's any particular order you want to be in, like if you want to say go before or after Codoma, yada yada, and that's cool with him or whatnot, we can then adjust. All right, so it looks like the current marching order is... Oh, so... Yeah, she got it. Yeah. So we currently have Ilthos, Ambrose, and then Harbinger. Is there anybody who wants to be in a different part of the order?
I'm fine with it how it is.
Cool. All right, so I will... First, let me do this. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Boom, boom. There we go. So first up, Ilthos. I'm just going to let you go. This is just so you can move your 30 to 60 feet in a direction. Each square is 5 foot. You can right-click, just as a reminder. Go to pointers, and then draw arrow, and you can get your math out that way.
Okay.
And go wherever you please, sir.
Let's see. I'm going to... Because there's nothing up to the north or west, right? Like that. I'm reading the map correctly. That's all walls.
Yep.
Okay. So
if
I'm
you
going to
can't see it, because you should have a light, correct? You have a torch on you, or no?
Well, technically, I sent it back up with the mage hand and it extinguished, but I guess I can when I pull it back down, I can.
So I'll go ahead and apply a torch effect to you, just so you have light on your own person.
Okay. So let's see. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30.
Yep. And if you take dash action, you move up to 60. So far, there is nothing in the hallway. You can see there's a little bit of like you're just catching the edge of like a sarcophagus in the distance. Yeah. It's got like a few little fancy patterns along it, but nothing that's like popping out at you.
Right.
The whole place is kind of like old, dusty, so everything around you, it's like it was carved out of the walls, and now everything's kind of started to fold in on itself. So what was once nice hallways and stuff like that are crippling inwards and falling apart.
Right.
Is there anything else you'd like to do while you're here? Or your turn?
No, I think that will be enough for my turn.
Cool. Next up would be M.
Yes.
Move along.
Okay.
You can do whatever you like. You can still stay there, hang out. You could keep on trucking. You can run as fast as possible. Anything, everything, all the time.
That's my line.
Yeah, I'll move ahead with Ilthos. Might
Nope.
as well stick together.
All right, sounds good. So if anybody wants to say for expedition purposes, is anybody gonna have anything special they want to do, or are we all gonna move together as a group for the moment?
I'd like to search for traps or keep my eye out for traps since I touched the
I
painting and
probably
it screamed
should.
at me.
So
I
I'll do
probably should light my own torch too in case we get separated. But other than that, no.
cool. So what I'll do is I'll slap a torch on you, and then for expediency's sake, I'll go ahead and bring everybody up to this, and we'll get to say, oops, right here, just before we enter the room, and we'll start at the top at the entrance to this little section. And I'll just kind of move you guys as a lump. Is there anything each of you would like to do in this section? There are quite a few spider webs through there, like large ones. They, however, do not look like they've been used recently.
So how large are you saying? Like human sized?
Like it's a hazard you're gonna have to navigate through to get to this room.
Can I burn them with my flame?
Yes, you can.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, never
on.
do anything the DM gets that excited about.
Hold on. So I see a bunch of spider webs. Like, can anybody search for traps? Like, I'm not the greatest at finding them, but considering the painting was trapped, I think there could be. If I were going to hide a trap, I would hide it around. If I was going to hide a strand that would set off a trap, I would hide it in the strands of spider webs. Maybe I'd be paranoid.
Can we
I'm
look
no
at?
good at.
Anybody can do a search. You can do an investigation check to see if you can find anything. Everybody can do it. One person can do it. Your choice.
Can I do like aid another kind of thing?
You can do you can take the help action, which gives somebody advantage on doing the investigation roll.
Okay.
So who would like to roll that investigation? And advantage, you just click ADV at the bottom left of your screen before rolling your dice.
Does anyone have, like, who has the best investigation?
I have a -1 to it, so not me.
Yeah, I only
Actually,
have a +1.
I have a
+1.
I have a +2, so it sounds like I'm actually the one going to be poking around for stuff.
So I'm curious. What are our intelligence stats? Mine is 8.
Mine is 14.
No, I lied. Mine is 12.
9.
Mine is 12.
Okay.
9.
So I'm the smartest of the group. Do you understand how catastrophic that's going to be?
Fine.
Beautiful. I love it.
This is fine. We're
That's
all
pretty
just
high
charming as
wisdom,
hell.
at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody
I'm
have
not charming
guidance?
at all. I'm just.
Does
being-
anybody
I
have
do.
guidance?
I have guidance. I have guidance.
Is that a cantrip or is that a
It is
spell?
a cantrip.
Yep.
Oh, you should do guidance.
So
I
that's
was going to say, okay, so basically, what is it? Like, I've got book smarts and Trix has street smarts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with guidance, it's just gonna. There's no real click effect you need to put on. What it is he'll just roll an extra D4
Oh, I'm
after
sorry.
it.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, just letting you know.
Click, click.
Click, click. If nothing's
Yes,
happening.
guys, click, 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 click.
Yeah.
It's one of those specialized ones. It's just like, yep, when he rolls. So yeah, who is? I guess somebody's gonna give Voff the help action here, so he gets advantage, and then you have guidance on top.
dear son.
Cool. So
You believe in
advantage-
yourself.
Now,
You
first,
should.
since you're investigating, are you trying to like investigate at a distance because that would offset the advantage, obviously, because there are spider webs to navigate through this section, or are you gonna try to go through it and then it's gonna be you're trying to navigate through the spider web, but you have to do a dex save or whatever to navigate through them, and then check things out, and he can point them out to you from a distance, like, oh, this over there, go check that out, and you're navigating the spider webs. Your choice.
I think I would try. Okay, just to make sure I've got the checks correct. Basically, I could check from a distance at disadvantage, but his help would make that a regular roll.
So
basically.
it negates it, makes it a regular roll.
Or I can try
Plus
and navigate through it with advantage, but I also have to make a dex save to not get stuck in the spider
Yes.
webs. Okay.
It is a dex of 12.
I think I'll try and investigate it up close.
All right, give me that deck save. Make sure you don't get stuck first.
Oh, I'm sorry. I rolled that at advantage.
The previous one you dropped to 12, so you would have made it. +1, 13. So you're able to go through. Now make the
awesome.
investigation with advantage plus the guidance, which is a D4.
Okay. Yeah. You want me to just roll the D4 separate after this?
Yeah, we'll roll it separate. Or she
All
can
right,
roll it if she would like to throw her tricks luck on there, you know?
Entirely up to her.
That is a 10 currently. Would she like to roll? You rolling it? 12.
Yeah.
So with that, you don't see any real traps per se. However, you do notice that the crypt to the north, or the sarcophagus, is slightly ajar, and inside of it there is a whole bunch of different alchemical things, like it was stashed away and hidden in there, and there's not an actual body. It seems like somebody's alchemical set. Could be good, could be bad, depends. You're not familiar with chemicals, I don't believe. Do you have like a potion kit or anything that you make? So would you be aware of chemicals?
No. The most familiarity I have with chemicals is the fact that there's a bottle or 2 bottles of them in my backpack that make me feel better when I drink it.
Yeah, nope. So besides that, you're like, huh. Don't know if it explodes, don't know if it's the Healy type. You just know it's there.
I basically relay all that information back to everybody else. You know, hey, it's clear to come on through. Just watch the webs.
Mm-hmm. So are you going to set the webs on fire, or are you just going to try to have everybody navigate through them? Because that would put you, if you want to, oops, didn't mean to move everybody, my bad. That'd be Ilthos would make his way over after investigating, out to get out of the webs, I assume, or do you go back to them?
I think I'm gonna call back and say, you know, hey, let's go ahead and clear these out. I'm gonna step on the far side of the webs, step away far enough that I'm not gonna be in trouble. And then I will stumble through the tabs until I find the right one, and then I will first off investigate Firebolt to make sure this isn't a terrible idea.
Firebolt.
Yeah, I'll cast the cantrip Firebolt on the webs to start burning them away.
All right. Well, so since you did the investigate action and you navigated through, I'm counting that as like your turn, so it'd be roll through.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Just kind of keep it in order for everybody. So do you want to go ahead and burn them?
Yeah.
He's giving you all the clear. You go ahead, you set it on fire, and just.
I was very enthusiastic.
They are highly flammable as they are a light.
Great, a drunkard and a pyromaniac.
There is the alchemist lab that's in the.
Oh, you haven't seen me in my
the alchemist kit. It's in that one sarcophagus up to the top. So give me a d20 roll. This is just straight up luck. If you get over a 15, something's gonna happen. Good or bad, we'll decide.
Me?
Yes, you set it on fire. You get to use your luck. You want it below a 15. If it's above a 15, something happens.
I'm sorry. Okay, what?
So grab the d20, the dice that says 20 on it.
Just the d20.
It says 20 on it, bottom left
That's
dice.
the wrong one.
It's the furthest to the left. And then you just click.
I know. I don't know. I was trying to figure out how to let go of it.
Just like unclick.
Click and drag.
Ooh, you got a 15.
You said above a 15.
Above a 15.
He also said we want below a 15.
You want below 15 to be
otherwise things
safe.
happen.
Welcome to D&D. Numbers are transient.
Exactly. So you got a 1 on my d4 dice. So what's happening is there's a dull poof as the lid just the heat is enough to set off some chemicals, but not enough to set them to the point where they just completely conflagrate all across the board. One of them, however, did hit it and then launched the lid of the sarcophagus up, and then it flopped over and slammed to the wall, crumbling. So it's like a loud concussive poof. You ever take a can of Well, I would say, can you ever take a lighter and like throw a lighter into a fire, and then it has that nice loud puff, a boom, and then it goes away? That's what happened.
Cool.
Which it does kind of echo a little bit through the area, and aside from that, nothing happens. Dead silence.
Okay.
So are most of the alchemical stuff that's in there still okay?
You would have to look and see.
I'm glad we're taking a stealth approach.
Yes. However, does M want to move up with Voth? Does she want to go check out the chemicals? Does she want to check the sarcophagus that's just sitting there that didn't blow up?
I want to look at the sarcophagus.
All right. So you can move your character over to that the tan one in the middle in front of you, and give me an athletics roll to try and move this heavy lid.
No, I have a -1 in athletics.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you push it. Do you shove it all the way off, or do you just try to like do halfway? Like do you just like, and then you get excited like, yeah, it's moving, and then wha, or
I think just halfway.
all right, there is a dead body in there. Just kind of, they have like some basic
I
jewelry
don't know
and
what
stuff
I
like that.
expected. Yeah.
Nothing that you think would sell for a lot. It's like copper pieces, stuff like that, like more ornamental than anything.
Mm.
So you're
Okay.
gonna hype it. You're gonna
I'll
leave
leave
the
it
dead
alone.
person with their
Yeah.
jewels.
I'll leave them with their jewels.
Okay.
If it won't sell for a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like copper, like bracelets and ringlets.
Yeah.
It's not that she's opposed to grave robbing. It's just that it's not worth the effort. That's all.
Exactly.
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 And then we will. You can move yourself up with. You still have movement, so you can move yourself up with Ilthos. And before we enter the next room, quick cast fireball, says Bear Kitty. I don't know if they have that yet. They're all level 1.
Hey, Bear Kitty.
We all tiny.
And I've got flame.
And then we have
And so I got
Ambrose Simon Starfall II. Your turn. What would you like to do? You want to go check out the northern
Yeah, I want to go look at it because we were told to get alchemical things for our person.
He wants
So I wanna
that violet fungus, yeah.
Yeah, I want to go look in there and see if what's
Give me
what's left.
investigation.
Investigation.
And do you know anything about potions and alchemical stuff yourself?
I'm a fence, so
I'll give you
that's-
like a base. You understand like certain colors can mean certain things.
yeah. It's just like a basic knowledge of.
Yeah, Sad Mountain
Learn
Dew is
something.
bad acid. Your investigation shows that there is definitely no violet fungus in there. Nothing that even looks like fungus. Some of it you think may be an alcohol or ammonia distillate, but you're not entirely sure. They're clear liquids.
I'm gonna just put them in my bag.
All
I'll
right,
take
just
them.
give yourself like 2 bottles of random clear liquid.
Yeah.
Unknown liquid. There you go.
Unknown liquid. Got it. Deal with
Beautiful.
that a lot.
And then you can move yourself up with Ilthos. Harbinger, is there anything you want to do in this room? You're gonna move up with them.
Sounds like they've got it covered, so I'm gonna just catch up to them.
Boop, boop. All right, you can go ahead and move yourself up with them and get your order ready. We are nearing our 2 p.m. point. Just to keep everything in tow, I will let you all know that in this tomb, however, that you can see in, I believe M is the one who sees it the most with her dark vision. This part of the tomb is a little bit more ornate. There are a couple more sarcophagi that you are currently able to see before it goes completely dark. And on one of them, there is a large set of gems, like inlaid in it. And you know that those ones are worth some money. That one, you've seen that before. You know what a 14 carats is. You know what some gems are worth. There's a large ruby that's just like right there in the center, glistening from the lights off of Voth and them.
Anyone else getting images of Abu from Aladdin right now?
Yes.
I'm gonna poke
Yikes.
I'm gonna poke Andrew Simon Starfall and say, hey, you see that
Ambrose.
over there? Ass, yeah.
Andrew.
So I'll offer. Would you all like to explore this last room prior to wrapping up? Or you want to leave it with the fancy gem is calling to you in the distance, Abu?
Abu. Abu.
It's up to the group at large.
I'm good.
Good to wait, good to
You
go.
good?
Good to go.
Yeah, we can explore this room.
All right.
Okay.
So, order of operations. We have Ilthus. You can go in first. As you,
Okay.
let me double check
Like,
you.
there's a big gem.
Yeah, she's pointing it out. You guys, like, Ilthos, you can see like a little slight red glint in the distance, but you can't determine that it's a gem. You just see like the little red glitter.
Okay.
And that would be to the left on the map, that white one just in the corner of your vision.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take a cautious couple steps in. It says 5, 10, 15.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. 20.
Beware the laser pointer, says it's a trap.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here and just kind of look around and see if I spot anything that would be cause for alarm, shall we say?
Not really. There's another ornate sarcophagus right next to you. It's kind of like the previous one. This is a more wealthy area, or a place where more wealthy people were laid to rest, as it were. In your immediate vicinity, you do see like some bones and stuff on the ground. Some appeared to be just like animals had come through, got them, partially crushed. You're not entirely sure. It's been a while. Everything like it hasn't been disturbed in a good bit. It's just dust laid on it and old cobwebs.
It's about to be.
Are all these bones? Does it look like there's any chance that they might jump back up and take issue?
There
with
are
the fact
no
that I am
complete
here?
sets of bones that are visible on the floor.
Cool. Then in that case, I think what I'm gonna do is move over here and try and push this sarcophagus open.
Give me that athletics.
Hang on, where did my
I believe in you.
sheet go? There we are.
See,
You
alright.
said athletics?
Yep, athletics roll for me, please. Nope.
Doesn't budge, I'm guessing.
You just hear, and nothing happens.
Fucking nerd. I bet this guy doesn't even lift.
You see Ilthos make his way in there, looks around, and then he's like, and then he starts trying to push the top of the sarcophagus off, and he cannot. He is struggling. Were you just like, whoop, nope, he can't do it.
Embarrassing.
Wow. Thanks.
How dare
I'm gonna drink the last bit of mead and not replace it just because you said that.
I'll let you move freely in this room, but you get to do like one action in the room and then go to the next person.
Meat is meant to be shared. Thought we were friends.
So yeah, you can move your way up to the one gemstone area you saw. You can do whatever you would like,
Okay.
but you get like
Yeah,
one
I
action.
wanna look. I wanna look at the gym.
All right, so it's
This white one over
oh
here.
down south.
Oh, down. Okay.
There's one to the left.
Hold on. Gotta move my fingers. Yeah. Oh, I see.
Yep, that one.
This one over here. Okay.
Yep, there are a couple gems. There it looks like an emerald, 2 sapphires, and a large ruby, and they're all kind of
Ooh.
like inlaid into the stonework itself.
Can I ask the whole party? Does anybody have anything that would help me separate these, liberate these?
All right, we can move
Jewels.
you guys, Harbinger and Ambrose, can move in where you would like to in this room. Dune? No.
I have a
appreciate
couple
it.
of daggers.
I have some acid.
Let's not use the acid on the precious gems. I believe that
Hmm?
would not be
Or
a
you
good
can just unseat it, like, from the stone. Also, we should probably see if there's something that prevents people from removing like
Oh.
something that happens when you remove said beautiful, big, beautiful
Well,
beautiful
Alright.
gem.
Well, if you would
how
like,
would we check for that?
that would be an investigation check. Anybody can try it. Creepy says yes. Acid tabs would work. See new things.
Ilthios has good investigation, right?
Hey, Ilthios, come here and look at this.
Right,
Stop.
fine.
I'm gonna aid him in looking at it.
All
Stare
right.
at it.
Give an
Can I cast
investigation with
guidance
advantage.
again?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
cantrip, means you can spam that thing.
Okay. Not literally.
There you go.
but-
Guys,
It says
We
that
appreciate
I
the
spin it.
enthusiasm.
You're welcome.
She's a little confused, but she got the spirit. Okay, there's the roll with advantage. Add the D4.
Yes, you do see that along the where it's inlaid, there is a wire mechanism just barely underneath of the gemstone. Like you can see, like where it's inlaid, there's like a little slot, and you can see the glint of the wire in there.
Hmm.
You figure it could be disarmed with thieves' tools if you have them.
I'm gonna pull out the thieves tool and be like,
All right.
I happen to have acquired these.
Are you proficient with thieves' tools because of your
I
background?
am. I'm a
Right.
criminal.
So, what you do? Give me a dexterity check.
Crafty.
So you just go to your dex, click, or sleight of hand if you would prefer. I think sleight of hand.
Does make
you're
it,
proficient with
does,
it.
it doesn't. I'm not proficient. I'm a level 1 bard. Okay.
I mean, you're proficient, but I don't know what you picked.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, dexterity check or sleight of hand, whichever.
Can I get a little bit of guidance here?
Yes.
Come on.
I just picture her doing the finger guns after that too.
And you have an 8.
Oh my gosh.
I can't roll for shit today.
Less delicious, what are you doing?
You have to, since you're the one doing it, I need you to make a let's see. So I gotta do this. Does a
And on
23
the day of your birthday, Brad.
Yes. On your birthday.
does a DC 23 touch
Yes,
you?
it hits.
Alright, cool. So with that, you are going to suffer the effects of the spell Crown of Madness.
Oh no.
I don't even know what that is, but that sounds
Crown
bad.
of Madness, one humanoid of your choice you can see within range must make a wisdom saving throw. So, congratulations. It got you with the 23 because you messed with the trap.
Wait, I don't get to do a wisdom saving throw?
It didn't list it in the trap itself. And said you get hit with it. Let's say, effect plus 10 to hit against one target. Cast Crown of Madness, centered on trigger. Oh, DC 20. Yeah, so yeah, it's a relevant one. So give me a wisdom saving throw. You need to beat 20. The spell hits the right person. You do not save. The charm target must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that you mentally choose. It's going to make you attack your party members. Because it's just predetermined that it's going to make you attack the nearest thing to you based on the spell.
But even if I don't have a weapon out?
Even if you don't have a weapon out, you have to like flail, punch, whatever. It's Crown of Madness.
So,
it's basically making you insane for a moment. Like
okay, so I'm gonna punch.
Like that's an armored attack. But then coincidentally, each round you have to try to break out of it.
Okay.
And we're gonna end off our session today with Brad Bartleby, the birthday boy himself.
Punching me in the face?
Going insane.
Losing his shit.
He draws back and goes to swing on M, who's right next to him, believing she is some other thief who just snuck up on him. He's gone insane. Give me your best insane, Ambrose. Nobody looks like they're supposed to anymore. Everybody's gone.
You're trying to steal my waifu.
Oh no. The wife.
All right, guys, it's been fun. We hope you enjoyed D&D. We're never doing this again.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
I mean, we couldn't have gone the whole session without mention of a waifu. Come on.
True.
All right.
It's the Phalanx word for God that you want to sleep with.
Yes,
No.
definitely. But that was
Roots and
so much
Celestial,
fun,
right?
says Safi. Yes, it's going to be even more fun when we actually get some redemptions put in for stuff to happen. Because I was still working on that. Hush, waifu, says Creepy to Safi. I am concerned, confused, and worried. So, with that being said, I believe Big Smoke is currently playing some games. You guys, how do you guys feel? Should we raid Big Smoke? Should we give him some love? It's gonna
That
be
works.
The biggest smoke.
the biggest smoke. Big Smoke Prime. Boom. Created. Bear Kitty cackles. Smoke him if you got him, says Creepy. Anyways, we're gonna try to do this every month, first Saturday, I believe is what we agreed upon. Times to be determined. This worked well for me. I don't know if it worked well for everybody else.
Mhm.
Yeah, it works fine for me for the time being. I will, however, go ahead and make the observation. Actually, no, never mind. The first Saturday of next month would be the 7th, not the not New Year's.
Yep.
So cool. That actually works out.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that works. I was
And,
about to say the first does not work for me, but that's not going to be a Saturday. So, hey.
For those of you who are new and are unaware, we have Victrixxi, TheBusyBard, AscendantVoph, and Codoma. If you haven't subscribed to them, go find them, give them some love. I would love to be able to shout out everybody, but I'm running out of time for the raid because I didn't think this through. That's on me. I'm sorry. And tomorrow, what time are we doing the co-op Voff? Because I know we got that stream going on.
Yeah, so about that, plans got changed on me like this morning, and I might not even be able to do a stream tomorrow.
All right, completely fine.
I'm gonna campaign for maybe being able to do something at my normal like 5 p.m. start time tomorrow. But basically, we just found out that hey, of the 2 family members that are bringing
the
babies
raid
to the
went.
gathering tomorrow,
There they went. Oh no!
no,
No, we got cut off.
All right.
no.